That's bringing us into the new year, the temps and my girl. It's the Bennington Show, circa 2018. I'm Ron Bennington. There's Gail Bennington.
Yo.
I'm Ron Bennington. Every day, our crack producer, Jen, brings us the agenda. Mm-hmm. Jen, what is written at the top of this today?
Oh, man.
Is this last year's agenda?
I forgot to change 2017 to 2018.
Yes.
She's agenda fluid.
I mean, is this exactly a year old today? Clean face Vito, what the hell is going on?
Look at Baby New Year in there. Little Baby
what are you
New
doing?
Year.
So I just wanted to trim my beard, and then my razor died halfway through, and then when I charged it back up, it came on more powerful and just took off.
Social media, that baby face, dude, please.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you something right now. They always say this: if you start a year clean shaven, you should stay clean shaven the entire year, or else it's bad luck.
You have to.
Yeah.
I didn't know how round my face was
He's
until
a
now.
little baby.
Dude, I came in and I said you look thinner.
I'm so self-conscious about it. Like, it's been 4 years since the last time I was clean shaven.
I understand. And now you don't look like the brawny man. You look like a nice young man.
I will tell you, Lord Sierra was out there really enjoying it. Look at that little baby in there.
Yeah, but Lord has done something with his hair, too.
Yeah, he's done something new.
His kitten played that shit. He's got a whole kitten play
I didn't
going.
know we were all doing new looks.
Yeah, we're all doing new cool
for
stuff.
2018. That means 2018. That means we're now barely legal.
You know how... It's true. Well, we can drink in New Jersey. Somebody came back from France. I'll just say it. Chris Stanley gave me this hat. And it got nothing but me getting insulted over the weekend.
Insulted?
I was called Da Vinci at one point by a Mr. Richard Voss, who is hurt and or furious with us because he wasn't asked for his breakout of 2018.
Why didn't you ask him his breakout comedian?
We're going to make it up to Rich Voss.
We're not. You can't make things up to him. You can just give him. Matter of fact, you can't satisfy him on a normal night. Now, I am going to be with Rich Voss. If you're in Connecticut, I'm hosting a show with him and Mr. Jim Florentine, and that's February 9th at the Ridgefield Playhouse in Ridgefield, Connecticut. Go to ridgefieldplayhouse.org for tickets.
That's going to be a great show.
Well, I just brought in the new year with both of them, and they were both fucking hilarious.
Was that a good night?
No, it was, anytime that you're with those guys, it's great. And it was just a fun night all the way around. But Voss has been just doing theaters lately. He did, I was with him the night before New Year's, as a matter of fact. And on New Year's, he was doing 2 theaters upstate New York, where he went from one theater to another theater. He was closing them both shows. And then he did a theater in Jersey. And he told me over and over and over, and then he goes, "This is going to be great when we go here." Then he goes, "Well, we're all the same here. It doesn't matter in this show." I go, "Where are you going on?" He says, "Last." I go, "Then it does matter. I'm hosting a show for you." No, we're all the same.
I like that this show has been in the works for so long because it got pitched to me in the summer.
I know.
I need you to talk to your father for me. Then I go and talk to you. You go, "He already told me about this. I know about this. I already confirmed."
Look, here's what he did to me the other day. He goes, "Yeah, I don't, if you want to mention it or something, just, you don't have to do it when you come back." I'll go, "I'll do it the second I come back." And he yells like this: "I didn't get you just for plugs, believe me. This show's going to sell out." And I go, "I know it is. I know I'm not there just for plugs." So, anyway, people are also writing in that I didn't know that Chris Stanley and Vito were on some cooking show. What? Let me see. We retweeted it. But there it is. That's the people that they're saying, "Look right here, Gail."
Why didn't you tell us?
Oh, my God.
I haven't had a goatee in years.
Seriously, if those two people had been sitting in here when we got here, I don't know if I'd know any different.
No. I would just went about my business. Oh, by the way, this thing where we're all equals is called Rich Voss and Friends. I'm one of the friends. There's only two of us. By the way, Florentine, see, here's the thing at the stand. We all went on stage and brought in the New Year together. Mm-hmm. Florentine got in his car and left.
What?
Before?
I'm not even kidding, like 7 minutes to midnight.
Oh, my God.
And so I was up there with Todd Barry. He was going like this. Okay, what are we supposed to do? Just bring it in. It's going to happen with or without us, right?
Very energetic New Year.
Yeah, Crazy Temp Barry. He has a new special out, right? And so he goes like this when he comes on stage. Did anybody see my special yet? Just a couple people? All right, well, let me give you the first 10 minutes.
I appreciate the honesty.
He literally did. Let me see what Vito's tweet looks like. Did you do it from Bennington or from your own thing?
I did it from Bennington. I did it on the Bennington Twitter and Instagram.
Look how nice you
Look
look.
a little baby.
Is that a new bandana?
Yeah, that's a Christmas bandana. But why wouldn't you do your big happy smile like you normally have? You're looking like serious date picture.
Put that on Tinder.
The great thing about Vito is he's thinner at the bottom of his face than at the middle of his face.
A very
nice taper to it.
The chin comes in nice, but the middle gets a little bloated.
Yeah. A little bloated at the cheek and temple area.
Yeah, you need to lose a little weight in your brow. That's a nice picture, though. Please don't ever grow back that shitty beard. You look like a fucking brush fire's lair.
This is how a nice man looks.
Yeah, somebody said I like your scraggly beard, and that's when I decided it was time to trim it. But I wasn't intending to take it all off.
You fucking listen too much to the people out there.
I know. You need to do you in 2018.
Well, I didn't want to go clean shaven, but you guys are making me feel better about it. So
you look fantastic. Right here on Tuesday, January 2nd, 2017.
Oh, no,
This
Jen.
is the official thing.
Look at what I had to do, by the way. Just because it was driving me nuts, I had to make a little 8 there.
We'll take the first phone calls of the brand new year. You'll be the first phone caller of the new year. 844 Rock God. 844 Rock God. Let's give out a New Year's prize too. But before we do that, and we're going to get into the voting that's been taking place, tens of thousands and thousands of people voting on this stupid thing.
Very nice.
Let me just point this out. Vito, you did an unbelievable job on the special.
Great job, Vito. 2017 was your year.
I fought him the whole way. I go, this doesn't. For some reason, we didn't begin at the beginning of the special.
Yes.
It was like this. Let's cut the second segment. Then we'll go to the seventh. The third segment, you're going to say goodbye and thanks. I'm like, why are we doing this? You're going to fuck up. This makes no sense. I made sure I listened to it so I could just find something I could yell at him about. Perfect.
Great job.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun putting that together, guys.
That annoyed me because I wanted to be right. Hey, take that cursor out of his nose. Thank you. That's driving me nuts. But Chris Stanley got something for everyone, and that is, and he sent it to me. Was it at midnight that you sent this?
It might have been like a few minutes after. It was very quick.
Now, it's Jen Selter's bare ass, which you said you've been waiting years to see.
Years. Since she became like a thing, like on Instagram, I mean, 3 years ago, I'm like, why is she wearing, like, even a thong was too much for me. I wanted nothing on there.
Now, this is the interesting thing. Why is a thong depressing to him? She wears a thong a day. Now, we're kind of back and we're tilted, but even listen to her friend as Jen is breaking out the bare ass.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Bouncing. It's just the best.
My friend is just in shock.
Oh my God!
It's a perfect dance! Oh my God!
We waited so long to see a thongless ass.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
And Jen's very serious in this.
Now,
Yeah, she's not playing.
by the way, I know for a fact that is my neighborhood. That ass is in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Because I know that's right near the bridge, right?
Yeah, it's right on the east side, yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, it's such an impressive ass, I agree, but I feel like I've seen it because I've seen her in like yoga pants that were like see-through. You really needed the flesh to feel like it happened?
This is so much better without anything on it, and it's just hanging out of the pants.
so she didn't even put this on her website. Somebody else did, right?
It wasn't on her website, wasn't on her Instagram. It was on another girl who she's friends with called Lindsay Kevich, who's also a very attractive young lady. So they were just like two hot chicks hanging out, and she put this on her Instagram story, and then and Jen didn't have anything to do with it.
Now, they took it down, but you had a different link.
I found another link, yes.
All right, this is really disgusting.
I don't think it's disgusting.
Stalkerish.
Yeah, that's creepy, Chris.
It's stalkerish.
And he's like,
Oh my god.
oh my God. Oh my God.
Isn't that the exact opening to I Like Big Butts?
Oh my God, Becky.
The ass is very impressive, though.
Yeah, it is. It's
everything.
like
It's everything you want it to
really spherical. Like, I can't believe how round it is.
Now, she claims that she works out that ass, but you got to be born with that, right?
Yeah, I mean, that can't be all muscle. There has to be soft, fatty tissue in there,
Yeah.
too, right?
Yeah, there have to be.
I think you probably got to go a long way before you hit even the slightest bit of muscle.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't work on that. You can't work on rounding your fat.
No. She says she hasn't any work done. I don't know. I'm just happy that it's out
There's
there
no
finally.
work done. That's totally natural looking. You could tell when you see the fake body parts, you could tell that's just a natural ass.
I mean, wouldn't you be able to see a ridge? Some sort of a implant ridge?
Yeah.
There's no ridge there.
I know that Kim Kardashian was like, I can't remember. I think she did do it, like actually get in an X-ray to prove.
Good for her.
To be like, just so you guys know, this is real. So stop the rumors.
Look, I'm going to get in an x-ray and prove that my ass is my ass.
I also think even if you were going fake, you'd still go smaller than Kim's.
Yes.
I mean, it's big everywhere, in every
Hers has
direction.
gotten fucking vicious. All right, this is another story that Chris sent too. The Demi Lovato shows off a great bikini body. Now, here's the thing about, well, go ahead and click it, Chris. I don't want to slow you down.
Here comes Demi.
Is that Demi or Demi?
Demi?
Demi. And it's she's more of a pop star. So she has like a singing career.
But here's the thing about her, Chris. She's one of those people who said that people like yourself would pay too much attention to her, so she stopped eating and started puking.
Uh-huh.
So exactly what he's doing is like the worst thing possible.
Yeah, you're making it worse for her.
How am I making it worse for her? I think Demi Lovato is very attractive.
You should not judge her.
I'm not judging her. I'm just saying.
Yes, by saying I think you're very attractive is judging.
That's a compliment. That's not a judgment.
A judgment can be a compliment.
I had no idea.
You ever think what they have judges when they pick the best of anything?
That's only mean.
Yeah, it's a judge, but see, here's the thing. Now she has to stay up to your positive judgment.
Exactly.
Look, she could put a couple pounds on. It's fine.
What does she have all down her arm here?
She's real tatted up.
That's
it looks like a
tattoos.
lion's head and possibly words. I'm not sure.
I believe they're birds. She's got that popular bird tattoo.
Yeah. I don't know how you could read any of that, Chris, unless you're reading the sky.
He never learned to read.
Those are words, right?
Sometimes he'll just be looking up and you're like, look at all those words in the sky. Oh, Chris.
It looks like the words are heading south for the winter, huh? What letter are they making when they fly? I don't know. It's a V.
I never learned to read.
Now, here's a weird thing. Vito can read, but he just can't tell numbers apart.
Not at all. Especially when it gets to the triple digits. I just don't know what's happening there.
He's numerically dyslexic.
Oh, that's a cool thing to do.
Yeah.
Good for you then, Beats. Good for you, you clean-shaven bastard. I just noticed that your face looks like Jen Selter's ass.
So true. Same roundness. Oh my God! Look at his face.
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Yes, this is happening.
She has the ass of an angel.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Girl was truly shocked.
Now, I guess she didn't want to put that on her site because she didn't want to get in trouble with Instagram for having an ass hanging out or whatever.
Instagram is really, they do not like any sort of sexual content. Even
and then probably a lot of her sponsors, she's the all-American girl.
Yeah.
But, you were the one who said Summer Rae was coming on strong and has passed her and whatever the fuck.
She has more Instagram.
Thank you.
But Instagram followers. But
Grammys.
Exactly. And then, but Jen Selter with this, I think she's going to get more of the heat. Because just finally
by
putting
the
that
skin.
ass out.
But it's not on her site.
Yeah, you're right.
It'll make people talk about her and then follow her. Because thinking like, oh, if she did this, maybe she'll start putting that bare ass out more.
Yeah, but people like simplicity. They're like, I want to go directly to her site, see her ass.
I agree
in
100%.
one clickable. I don't want. Somebody says that, you're like, I don't want to Google
Right.
her naked bare ass.
It's like when somebody tells me something's on Reddit. I go, I can't find my way around there. Just tell me when it's in an AOL chat room.
I don't know how to find that shit.
All right, now here's the thing. Well, first of all, I'm going to put this. I'm going to tell you, and Vito, I want you and Chris especially to pay attention to this.
Okay.
So I had this idea the other night, and I go, I'll jump on stage, and I'll do it. Everyone at the table tells me, don't do that. They're not going to, So now I'm like, well, now I definitely have to. So I'll just set it up the same way. Guy Fieri lost his restaurant in Times Square. We're not going to have any donkey sauce here. No. And I was with Guy when he found out about it. And he was just freaking out in the street. And I just grabbed him and I said, forget about it, Guy. It's Flavor Town. Now I know Chris is a fake laugher, and so is Vito.
No.
Because the room sat there quiet.
They did not get the reference.
They didn't get the reference at all. Either A, they didn't know his restaurant was called Flavor Town, which is the dumbest name ever. Or B, they never saw Chinatown.
I've seen Chinatown, so I found it funny. I got the reference.
I actually had this thought afterwards, too. But and when no one laughed, I really fucking fell out myself. I had to fucking laugh in my life. But I don't think people remember Jack Nicholson. I think we're at a place in life where people, this was the biggest star that we had for 30 years. Right up into the day that the Lakers started to stink. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People would be like, oh, Jack's at the game. There's Jack Nicholson. All the other stars would be like, there's Jack Nicholson. I was at a Tyson fight one time. They announced 100 fucking stars. And then when Jack Nicholson came in, every other star just shut the fuck up and looked at him. You heard silence in an outdoor arena because people were like, there's Jack. And he was wearing the sunglasses. And it was like, yeah, I'm like, you're like, this must be great. Jack Nicholson's here.
Do you think he didn't do enough in his later life, like with his career, that he didn't
but look
stay
how that hurt Robert De Niro and Al Pacino. The fact that he kind of walked away from it, was still, because people are like, bucket list. I'm going to be honest, I didn't watch Bucket List. I don't want to see Jack Nicholson dying.
No.
That's not something that's interesting to me. But I think people forgot. But here's the situation I was in the other night. So I'm sitting around, again, I'm at the stand, and there's some younger comedians, and some of the waitresses. Kay is back.
Mm-hmm.
You remember young Kay? She's back at the stand, and some of the other ones. So Moby Play, the album was playing. And I go, man, when this came out, I go, it was like, everywhere in New York, no matter where you would go, restaurant, and they were like, what is it? I go, it's Moby. And they're like, and everybody was playing this when?
Holy
and I go, like 99 and 2000, like when the millennium was. And they're like, oh, you lived in New York. What was it like? These fucking people had no. Look, I don't mind I don't mind feeling old when I mention the 70s or 80s, but I shouldn't mention the word 2000, and people look at me like, "Oh my God, you were around in 2000."
Oh, weird. What's it like then? What's the technology like?
Well, there were flip phones.
Well, the weird thing is how many New Yorkers, how many people I'm friends with who didn't live in this city at that time, that they're like post 9/11 moved to New York. So they'll be like, "Oh, you lived here then. What was it like?" And you're like, "Oh, that's weird. I don't know very many people who lived in this city at that time."
You're not going to believe this. I was in this fucking conversation with the audience first show New Year's Eve because they wanted me to stay up for a fucking champagne thing. And then they give me ginger ale in my champagne to fucking just make people think I'm drinking. I don't need to do that, okay? You can put a fucking grape soda in there. I don't need to try to fool people, but I got to tell you, it's very sparkling and nice. So now it takes them forever to get. Now, this isn't at midnight. This is the first fucking show. But because they're charging people. So I was bringing up how many is the real New Yorkers. And I'm like, I think to be 2 reasons to be here, to be a real New Yorker, you had to be here on 9/11. The room tightens up.
Just the mention of the word?
Just the mention 9/11.
Yeah.
I go, or any terrorist attack. I mean, you were at that one where a guy wrote down a bike path, right? Or you have had to seen a bum take a shit on the street. Now, we're about to do the second show. Joe comes over, and he's like, okay, this show, about 10 minutes before, bring out all the comics, and we'll all count down together. And he goes, do me a favor. Don't bring up 9/11.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Vito, you know Joe well, right?
Yeah.
You got his phone number?
Yeah, I do.
Later, I'm going to have you just fucking text him and go, you don't know about Ron's thing with 9/11, right? It was odd for you to tell him not to. Because I go like this. I go, Joe, I thought the whole point was we were never going to forget. You know what I mean?
You're asking me to forget.
So then when I'm on stage, fucking Joe DeRosa's there, and he's wearing this, he loves it, this ridiculous dad sweater that looks like he should be smoking a pipe. And I go, if anybody wants this sweater, go to dadsonvalium.com. And then he goes, well, Ron, you're dressed like everybody who died in the Great White Fire. And then I go, we're not supposed to mention tragedies on stage. And then
I guess some tragedies are okay to talk about.
Immediately he became furious. Who the fuck told you not to mention 9/11? It's perfectly acceptable. DeRose is so fucking funny. Oh, by the way, DeRose is in a battle on this album of the year. I don't want to say all the now. I shouldn't give everything away. But here, if you go over to the iBang, here are the categories still opening for voting. Late Night Host of the Year, very, very close. Comedy Book of the Year, I'm not going to lie to you. It's pretty much a runaway. Comedy Album of the Year, tight. Comedy TV Show of the Year, Comedy Movie of the Year, also tight. And then Comedy Special and Comedian of the Year, that's always going to be tight. But go over to the iBang and vote today. You've got the place, all the polls, so you can vote everything on one page
yes,
right now.
it's vote for the best of everything in comedy 2017 on the front page. Give it a click, and everything will be there for you.
All right, let's go through it, Chris. Comedian of the Year. Well, Tiffany Haddish, she had a big year. Judah Friedlander.
Yep.
Michael Che. There was a thing that Michael Che tweeted the other day, and it was something that he liked. This is from like 3 or 4 years ago, and Colin Jost had said, hey, dude, put a package together. We're looking for writers. You got to do it right away. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And now he's, those guys are the head writers together. Yeah. Isn't that amazing? What are you doing? Chris, I told you to put... What have you done?
I was looking for the Michael Che post.
I just saw a fucking Motley Crue picture up there.
That was on his Twitter.
I'd rather you put up you and fucking Vito on that cooking show.
gets distracted.
It's on Che's Instagram. That has nothing to do with what we're doing. Norton, of course. Gethard, big year. Ari Shafir, big year. I was with him on the 30th. Introduced him. Went fucking madhouse.
Oh, that's nice.
Went madhouse.
That's so
great. It was really, really fun.
Yeah, this is really
it's a
anyone's game.
Yeah.
Comedy Book of the Year 2017 is the next one on there.
That's gonna run away. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Who do you guess it is that's the runaway?
I think that the runaway is going to be Todd Barry.
Mm-hmm. Did you see his new special?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Let me do the first 10 minutes for you. Comedy special of the year. That's always going to be tight too. You picked what? Maria Bamford, Gail?
I did pick Maria Bamford, yeah.
I picked Double Negative. Chris had Judah. I don't remember.
Sarah Silverman's was fantastic.
Who did you pick, Vito?
I think I picked Jim Norton.
Oh, yeah, that was a great one.
Mouthful of Shame.
Yes.
I had Mouthful of Shame. Well, didn't he already do a special called Feed My Mouse?
I'm hungry, feed my mouse.
Oh, there's a comedy album of the year. Dave Temple's mom left like the sweetest thing on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know if you can get to it from that part, but it's just adorable about his life experiences, everything he went through. DeRosa's is great. Man, that early show, too. I came back downstairs and saw just DeRosa just fucking laying into the audience. This was a great city before your dads paid for you to fucking live here. He was just furious about something. But he's in the world's most comfortable laid-back sweater ever.
But furious?
Ian Findance stopped out. He and I share a birthday.
Really?
Yeah. As well as Amy Miller.
I know that.
Triplets. Why is my battery very low? I'm not plugged in.
You should be. Hold on. Let's see where your pack is here. Where does it go? This side?
Yeah. All right. This is what Dave Temple's mom said. Mom B said this. Holla. Please add a vote or 1 million votes for my son Dave Temple for Best Comedy Album 2017. His life experiences have taken him through the good, the bad, and the worst. But through it all, he's always been the best. Best son, best friend, best nephew, cousin, father, and you already know he's a natural comedian. He's the best, period. Please submit my vote for Mr. Dave Temple, first one, as Best Comedy Album 2017.
That is so sweet.
It's
if that's not
adorable.
enough to make everyone go out and vote for him right now.
I know.
It's so cute.
And I'm going to say this late night host, it's a fucking tight one.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm very curious about that one because, like,
I've decided down to there's only one person for me out of
that
this.
you like.
If I even see that there's someone else, I'll go, ooh.
I have a couple that I really like.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Late night host?
Mm-hmm.
Chris, who did you vote for on that?
I voted for Trevor Noah.
I voted for Samantha Bee, but I also really like John Oliver. I like Trevor
This is the most
Noah.
woke show I've ever been
Yeah,
around
we're
in my
pretty
life.
woke.
I would say my person is not woke at all. But I don't think there's a lot of people awake in Australia. And I'll leave it at that. But some of those people that you guys brought, I'm actually even a little mad at them right now.
Really?
I think they've dropped the comedy out of their life. And they're all like, it's like watching fucking MSNBC. Like, okay, there are plenty of people who can fucking describe why the world is in bad shape, but come out and do some jokes. Make us laugh when you do it. You know, who'd you pick? Conan again?
Yeah, I stuck with
He's
my
old.
boy.
He's old school.
I stay loyal.
You do love your Conan.
I do.
He's more loyal than woke.
That's why I want you to come down. Laurie Kilmartin was telling so many Conan stories, and she had backstage Conan pictures.
Man, we could have bonded over that.
Dude, she wanted you to come hang with her when he was in town.
Me specifically?
Yes.
Why didn't
Remember
you tell
that
me?
I introduced you to her as the biggest Conan fan.
Oh, man.
She's funny as shit, too.
I love her.
man. She's funny as hell.
Why didn't you tell me she wanted me to meet Conan when she was here?
It's not all about you.
Dude, first of all, she met Conan, so it's you that would have to do the meeting. And C, we gave you those great tickets, and you were supposed to meet up with her.
I didn't know I was supposed to meet up with her. I just went to the show, had a great time.
I know. I read about it in the fucking book that you put together. His story about going to Conan was like ain't a cool news, but in 1997, when he did a movie review, would tell you how he got up in the morning.
Yeah, see how excited he was, and then tell everything about his ride.
He's one of the people that got pushed out in the year of Bad White Men.
Yeah.
I think he grabbed a breast. I think
Was it his own?
It was attached to a woman.
So, Chris Stanley, you went to meet your in-laws, right?
Yeah, I met them for the first time. I was there for a few days, and I tried to keep it together.
Oh, no.
I think I did okay. I did drop a few F-bombs at like Christmas dinner, and I dropped one, and I got like a pass, right? And the second time, I just got stares from about 15 people. Just like, what are you doing? Why
are you dropping the F-bomb? Were you drunk?
I had a couple.
Uh-huh.
But I wasn't like blasted drunk, but I just said.
Let me just ask you this: Why would you drink when you're meeting your new in-laws?
I didn't think I was nervous. I have this new family.
Nervous doesn't fucking get better by drinking. Then you end up dropping F-bombs.
Plus, you're not. I've never seen you have one drink, so you're not the kind of person who's like, yes, I'll have a glass of wine and then I'll move on with my night.
See, I just stuck to wine. That's what I was trying to do.
No, I'm not saying
you get drunk on wine.
You stuck to bottles of wine.
Yeah. People who say I stuck to wine are alcoholics because you can't make up that kind of thing.
Right.
But
if you've had so many bad experiences, that's all that means.
So you were nervous, so you drank, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's say this. Let's say you're the quarterback of a fucking football team, and it's a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You're going to be nervous, right?
Of course, yeah. It's a Super Bowl.
Wine is not the answer. No one would say he had a little too much wine. He was nervous before this game.
That he's just puking wine at the side.
But other than the two F-bombs, I think everything went well.
So what was the context of the F-bombs?
Let me guess. I fucked your daughter?
No.
Oh, my God, Chris.
No sex talk at the table. I can't remember. I was just talking, and I said, like, and then this fucking happened. And then I didn't take it. I just was just talking, and then I was like
I thought it was going to be
fucking hammer you had to be.
I know, that's so bad. Because I assumed that it was going to be like, these fucking mashed potatoes are great. That's what I assumed it was going to be.
This is so delicious I could fuck it.
Did not say that. But it was just a couple of fucks.
Did you enjoy West Virginia?
It was actually outside Pittsburgh. That's where I was at. But
you told us those.
But no, that's where I was confused. But it was fun. I had a good time. I went to Permane Brothers. I went. That was fucking fun.
Yeah. You went. It's like saying I went to Wawa.
Oh, I've heard about Permane Brothers sandwiches my entire life.
So did you eat it?
Yeah, I know.
Was it nice to have the fucking French fries right on the food?
It was a little weird.
Oh, that's that one where they stack up the fries on the
coleslaw and fries on the sandwich with like this oddly cut bread.
It's like if you wanted a whole plate of food, except for it was all on the bread.
Great. Put my sides right here on the sandwich, please.
Did you put some dessert on it too? Put some ice cream on it.
It's all going in the same place.
Did you go to the Warhol Museum there?
Did not go to the Warhol Museum. Did not have time to do that.
Huge
Did you go to a Steelers game?
I did not go to a Steelers game. But I was shocked at how in every store is selling Steelers gear. Are people just constantly buying new Steelers gear all the time?
Yeah.
They've been doing this since the 50s or 40s or whenever.
Like every store.
Yes.
Every store had just tons of Steelers shit.
But I would say that the same as like you probably like a lot of football towns would be the same.
Right.
Like you just don't see that in New York. But like when I'm in Philly, most places you can buy things with Eagle stuff on it.
Yeah, I've realized, New York does not care about football at all.
No.
Well, I mean, they do, but just not on the level of, like, I think it's a basketball and baseball and then football town. And that's a pretty good, I mean, it's a good sports town. Yeah. It really is. But it isn't, I would say that Pittsburgh is football first. And a lot of places are like that. A lot of places like Denver is another one that nothing compares to football there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Philly is a great sports town. I think Boston is a great sports town where they're a little more equal, but there's plenty of places that are just like, it's just football.
Yeah, I've never been someplace like that.
I forget it was one time the Pirates were in a fucking pennant race, and a guy, one of the players, said, a fucking fan said to him on the street, "What do you think the Steelers are going to be doing this year? You think?" He's like, "I don't give a fuck about the Steelers. I'll kill myself before I deal with the Steelers." I remember when John Madden was coaching the Raiders, and the A's had won the World Series, and they said, "Hey, I mean, Oakland wasn't a big town; it didn't have a lot of celebrities. Would you and the Raiders want to be in the parade and stuff?" He was like, "Fuck you. I don't want to be in the A's parade. I don't give a shit about them." It is always funny when you see like a lot of places don't have a lot they can go to for their parade.
Yeah, it's just like
when the Bucks won, there was probably enough people at their parade to go to the Rose Bowl and just fucking fill it up. They're saying Gruden's going to the Raiders.
That's the newest rumor, that they're going to give him a stake in the team to actually bring him out.
How much, though?
That I don't. This is just a rumor right now.
The team is now worth well over $2 billion.
Yeah, and then in 2020 it goes to Vegas.
Yeah,
and so they're saying that. They're saying but then they also say we're saying the Bucks we're gonna try to get him because he lives in Florida.
He lives right next to them.
Yeah,
and he was the Bucks fucking. Yeah. He's still well known there. Everybody likes him, but the Bucks don't have a shot at him.
No, I don't think the Raiders have a shot at him either. They say like he likes Derek Carr, but Gruden talks about how he likes a bunch of quarterbacks. I don't think that's going to matter. I don't think he's.
It's just a matter of, I've never thought he was going to, but the thing is, Monday Night Football is not doing well. ESPN is cutting everybody.
He's the highest paid guy there now.
Yeah, it might be the right time to leave there. Leave for a couple of years, get his face back up. Maybe then he could go to Fox. Be sitting in there.
Fox Sports.
Let me tell you something, man. This kid loves to throw the juice. He's just fucking yelling out bullshit.
I know. He's really crazy.
Yeah. He says Gruden's Grinders is his big thing. He's always talking about, looks like this is going to be the Gruden's Grinder this week.
He's kind of approaching it in kind of a donkey sauce kind of way. He went to donkey sauce school of broadcasting.
Do you know that him and donkey sauce are friends?
No, what? I did not know that.
He made a Gruden sandwich. If you just put in Gruden and Flavortown. I forget what but yes, they are exactly the same.
John Gruden, Guy Fieri writes sloppy sandwiches, the Flavortown.
Oh, God.
I just hit the play for a little bit.
Oh, no.
Oh, Gruden.
He is to fucking announcing what Guy Fieri is to cooking. There's no doubt about it.
Brought to you by Toyota. Wow. Let's go places.
So this is a little bit of your Philly cheesesteak love there.
I tell you, Guy is the best.
Sandwich is going to be called Gruden Grinder.
Looks so gross.
You ever seen a sandwich like that?
Let's go. We're ready to
You don't see a sandwich like that for a reason.
Right now, I'm Monday Night Football.
Let's do it. Thanks, Guy.
Best friends.
That's a Gruden Grinder. You called that.
Gruden Grinder.
They call the goddamn sandwich a Gruden Grinder.
Oh, man, I got a new Gruden Grinder out there, brothers. Yeah, man, we're going out to Oakland making this whole thing happen.
I thought that was the app that they met each other on.
I'll blow that dude right there, man. He's bringing it the whole way, thrusting in the mouth. Man, he's giving it 24/7, Then I roll over on the belly, man. He takes it from behind. Boom, 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 all night long. I'm loving it, man. I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning watching gay porn every single morning from 4 o'clock in the morning to 12 o'clock at night. And that fucking Raiders team is going to be the ass Raiders when Gruden Grinder gets there. His whole thing is just stuck in 1980s wrestling. And, they were like showing him like fucking going to schools, like high schools and stuff. And he's like, you dudes, you got to play hurt, man. You got to do it the whole time. Yeah. Take those headshots, make sure fucking brain starts shattering. I'm leaning your way, Chris, but somebody brought up like, hey, they want him off ESPN. They can't keep him doing this.
He's getting $6 million a year just to do Monday Night Football, and possibly Gruden's QB camp, but I think that's only online now. Where he just talks to young quarterbacks and makes them watch tape with him in his office.
All right, we have Steelers fans asking you to stay off the bandwagon.
I didn't buy any Steelers gear,
but you do think now because your chick lives in Pittsburgh. And her family is all Steelers people.
Oh, they're hardcore. I had a lot of conversations about the Steelers and Antonio Brown and Ryan Shazier.
Why didn't you just ask them if their quarterback really raped someone?
I decided not to go with the rape talk.
How about how people are just making up that Mariah Carey was a train wreck on New Year's Eve? I heard about it. I'm like, oh, I got to see this. And I looked at it. And I'm like,
she just wants some tea, I think is what she said.
Yeah, she asked for some tea.
I was told there would be tea, and there's no tea. All right, here's
like,
the song.
This crazy fucking diva.
She's drunk again.
Our buddy Hoda taking over the Today Show.
Congratulations, Hoda.
Double gals all the way. That's good for the Today Show.
It is good for the Today Show. It's the right move. Couldn't be a nicer person, more likable. She's like one of those people who you see them and you go, oh my God, they're as nice as they seem. Mm-hmm. You know how sometimes you're like, particularly I feel like people who are broadcasters have to put on a lot of energy on a big happy face and then they like turn it off and you're like, oh, they're just like a regular person who doesn't want to be bothered. She's the happiest person.
She's sweet and she's nice to everybody. She's nice to everybody around here, even when she doesn't need to be.
Yep.
She's just a really good person. But go back and watch during the day because they all had like champagne or something. And one person who wasn't smiling at all and actually had the jittering looking around was the guy that used to that host the Voice.
Oh, what's his name?
Carson?
Huh?
Carson Daly?
Yeah, Carson Daly's part of that show. Uh-huh. And he wasn't even being talked about. And you just see him like this. Just like looking around. And it had that Guffman thing about it where the guy's just looking over. Because you would think, he would be thinking, when Lauer went out, he had to say to his wife, I'm fucking right there.
Yeah.
I mean, now they're saying, contender. We're going to change history so we don't have to put you in there. And I was thinking the same thing of Willie Geist. Willie Geist does the Sunday Today show. He does the MSNBC show. You would think he had to say to his wife, I'm already doing Sundays. I mean, obviously they got to take a look around. They got to see whether they can get Jay Gruden or not. Hey, welcome to Today. We're going to go back and look at some tape from this, man. Look at Trump coming down. He's coming off the plane right now, dudes. Look at him, man. He's fucking rocking and rolling and bringing it straight down. The hair's flying. This sandwich, man, is called a Gruden grinder, man. I got this from my friend Guy Fieri. He's in Flavor Town, brother. He dropped some donkey sauce right on my chin, and I loved it. So, yeah, the reason why Flavor Town is gone is they did the same thing to them that they do the mom and pops. They just said, we're going to need an extra fucking $500,000 or whatever.
Right. Just because the building got bought out or something like that?
It's just like when your rent comes up.
Just crazy. Yeah.
They just send it to crazy fucking places.
He had a 5-year lease and it was up, and then he was like, oh, well, I can't pay that.
Everybody's 5-year lease. That's the end of you.
Yeah. It's over.
But why? I don't even want to get into it. The city's got to learn to protect itself.
I know.
But nothing fucking beats a quick buck. It's basically, it's the same as fracking.
It is. There's a neighborhood bar in Greenpoint that me and my friends, all when we lived in that area, it was like our go-to spot. I haven't gone there for years because I don't live in that neighborhood anymore. But they were always busy, always packed. The building gets bought up. They jack up the rent, and they're like, well, we can't stay here. And they're not an unsuccessful business. It's just like, what you're asking is unreasonable, and we can't match that. So it's just to push them out, because who knows what they're going to put there.
Yeah, but who knows what they put in next? That's the thing. Now, speaking of which, Flavortown probably went in there and overpaid 5 years ago. And they probably pushed out somebody that everybody loved in that neighborhood.
For donkey sauce.
Ruden's doing the show from over there, man.
Just like a little bakery that's been open since the 30s. They're like, it's doggy sauce, Chad.
Yeah, that's the way of the world now.
Yeah, this city is pretty cruel when it comes to that stuff.
It's awful. It's a cruel bitch. It is a cruel bitch. Here's a video that I love, though. That the bubbles freeze in real time. I'd never seen this before, and cameras have gotten so amazing these days.
Yeah, this is insane. First of all, just how cold it's been has been crazy. But this is just blowing a soap bubble, and within seconds, you're watching it freeze and crystallize all the way around. It's so cool looking.
It's amazing.
Like, that looks like a special effect. Like, I can't believe that's real.
I know, like a witch has made something fucking freeze. And then you can pick up that bubble and fucking smash somebody with it.
Bubble fight. Frozen bubble fight.
Nuts.
Well,
did you see the Niagara Falls pictures? That's up on the iBank, too. My favorite is Brad Williams there. He, I guess, put this on his Instagram. And you could just look at that, man.
Holy shit.
So icy.
And we're going to go down lower. Look at that there, man. And we're not coming above freezing for the next week.
No. Yeah. And I think later in the week, it's really going to drop low.
Next Saturday, I think. This coming Saturday.
It's going to be insane.
And then it's supposed to be a blizzard later in the week, too.
And this has been across the
You're
board,
the first
right?
person I've heard say that.
I read about this on the Daily Mail in the morning.
I know, but why don't you try fucking New York One, who lives here? The Daily Mail's in Europe.
Yeah,
now, they're saying that the snow was going to be off in the ocean.
It's building in the Atlantic Ocean, yeah.
Right, but they're saying it's staying there.
All right, see, I read that it's going to hit land.
You're reading a European fucking newspaper. That's my only problem. I'm not saying that you're wrong.
Okay.
But you would think somebody in America would say it.
Unless John Davitt tells me on New York One, I do not believe it.
Who's the guy who brings in the New Year's with him?
Dean Meminger.
He's a crazy man.
He was dressed up. He always dresses up in a nice tux. I think this year he was in like a gold suit. He looked great.
Vito, are you hearing that there's a blizzard coming?
No. I'm going to pay attention to Weather on the Ones all week and make sure that I have the correct information, not this Daily Mail European garbage that Chris is giving you.
Wow, all right, first fight of the year.
Whoa.
First insult that they're doing back and forth.
Exciting.
Fucked. Because look, the Daily Mail's on top of it. Sure, they're on the other side of the Atlantic, but they have fucking access to weather patterns.
How'd you find that in between all the princess coverage?
I think he just called you a princess.
No.
And what are you saying? This is like a big snowstorm that's going to hit Friday or Saturday?
Saturday it's going to hit.
We'll have to see about that.
That's an American source.
I'll check Good Day New York later, too, just to double check.
You can check the internet.
They're saying some light snow Thursday. I don't see anything for Saturday. First of all, it's going to be 4 as a high. You don't get a blizzard in that kind of cold.
Yeah, I think it's actually too cold for snow because I get like the high is going to be in the low teens.
Yeah,
and then the low is like single digits, and it's going to be really windy on Friday, so the wind chill is going to be
You are correct because the fucking hawk is flying low
Oh, yeah.
and it's pecking out people's eyes. I'm the manager with the news.
What did he say? You heard it here, folks.
And in another news, a man met his future in-laws and yelled out fuck for no apparent reason.
Now, was your girlfriend upset that you did it? Was she like...
Well, before she asked, please just try not to say fuck so much. And I did a great job. I did a good job
Well,
of...
I wouldn't say that's a great job.
For any human to say I did a great job by not yelling fuck in a non-cursing place. I've never heard anyone say that.
Up until the Christmas
Lenny
dinner.
Bruce could go over to his in-laws' house and no one have to... He said it on purpose.
It just slipped out twice.
Your dick?
No, the F-bomb.
Oh, my God, Chris.
I thought you kept taking your cock out.
No. I was exposing myself.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I won't be doing that at a Christmas dinner at all.
That's some 2017 shit. We don't do that anymore in 2018.
No more exposing
In
myself.
barely legal 2018.
I'm doing Compound Media today, I believe, at 4 o'clock. Is that what the AA show is called?
Yes, Compound Media is what it's
the
called.
network.
I'll be filling in for Artie. A lot of friends are going to fill in until Artie gets back. And in one case, somebody is actually trying to get that job.
Really?
I'll just give out the initials.
Okay.
Aaron Berg. Natural born Canadian. They're
He's
supposed
like-
to be the nicest people.
Aaron starts with an A.
You know what he said? I would do that for half of what Artie's doing. So not only is he's actually undercutting. Guess who else is after that job?
Who?
John Gruden, brother.
I'd like to just see him have a go at it.
A couple test shows.
Swing by with a couple grinders.
Our buddy East End Rob is in the Hamptons and he's able to see the coming storm.
Oh.
Rob, what's up, buddy?
Ron, not to just rubber stamp and totally agree with you and Gail. Yeah, we're only getting 6 inches out here, and it's going to be an ocean storm. And Gail correct when she says too cold to snow because the temperature is going to be ice cold Friday and Saturday, like 10 degrees for a high. No blizzard. It's bullshit that Chris is talking about.
Yeah.
All right, so I got some bad information from the Daily Mail.
Oh, now him you believe. Not everybody that you work
We all
with.
sat here and said, Chris, none of us have heard anything like this.
Right.
God damn it.
You're going to your Cockney news story. Hello, Governor. Today in the news, a bad blizzard is coming right here to Toy Town.
It's a bloody blizzard.
Puffin stuff is found out. There's going to be burning like chili puddings down. It's going to be snow as high as the Queen's arse. God damn it, Chris.
Chris, what? Why
I thought I was bringing in good information.
Yeah, but why would you fight with all of us? And then East End Rob, you're just like, oh, excuse me, Rob. I didn't know your majesty didn't. Haven't we earned any kind of fucking freight with you at all, dude?
Of course.
Really? Of course? Because I just know the way that we were treated here today. Like garbage.
No.
You disrespected us, Chris, and our weather predictions.
I hope this snow doesn't happen at February 9th, 8 p.m., as I will be one of the friends of Rich Voss and Friends. Rich Voss and Friends at the Ridgefield Playhouse, Ridgefield, Connecticut. Go to Ridgefield Playhouse for tickets. That is according to today's news.
In
January 2nd, 2017.
I'm going to go over there and change yours because I just hate looking at it over there.
You can change it. I never really need to read the year anyway. And
Look at this nice little 8 I made you.
wow, I couldn't tell. That looks just like print. Wow.
Wow, 2018. Wow.
Did you guys see the 2018 glasses on the New Year's special?
Not at all.
They were the fucking dumbest thing where it looked like 2008 and then they just stuck a 1 on top of one of the O's. It's not that one. There was one that was like.
Chris is already going out of his way to just.
We could imagine.
Just imagine a 2008 with a 1 on top. It was.
We don't have to imagine. Chris has a keyboard. That's how he's able to read the Daily Mail.
Look, after the year 2000, they've been pushing it with those glasses, and they won't give them up.
And those things aren't fucking done except for in the fucking pens. No one else, no regular people wear them.
I was furious, and then also like. They could have just made the bottom of the 8 part of the eye, which makes the most sense, but instead they put the 8 on top of the circle and the 1 on top of a circle. I've been furious since New Year's about these stupid fucking glasses.
Don't let it get to you, buddy.
Vito, I want you to go to the iBang right now. Vote with your heart, all right? And then tell us each that you're voting for. Today's the last day that you can vote on these comedy awards.
I'm going to vote. I'm going to vote again.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
I don't normally vote because I don't want jury duty. But I was reading the Daily Mail.
Comedy jury duty.
Great website.
Hell yeah. All right, let's go, Vito.
All right, I'm voting for stand-up comedian of the year right now.
Oh, you're going to go right to the top with that, huh?
Well, it's right there. It's right there at the top. Makes my life easier. Then next, I'm going to vote for comedy. Tell you who I'm voting?
Yeah, like we're going to go in the booth with you.
Okay. Yeah. All right, so first.
And don't think that you have to go back to what you did in the special. Just do it today.
From your heart.
All right,
and
Gerard.
I'm finding out that this is a brand new year with the 8.
All right, Gerard Carmichael's getting my vote for comedian of the year right off the bat.
Wow.
I love me some Gerard Carmichael.
Oh, boy.
Oh, God.
Why would he say
stupid.
that?
I don't know why I said that.
I love me some.
I love myself some Gerard Carmichael.
Don't love you anything.
I love Gerard Carmichael.
I just say that he's a fine comedian.
Gerard Carmichael's a fine comedian who gets my vote.
That's good.
Best comedy book.
That matches your nice, clean face.
Best comedy book of the year. I'm going to give it to Cheech Marin because I loved his Unmasked we did for that book last year.
So you didn't read any book? I read Cheech's book, and it actually is very good.
Comedy special of the year. I said before Jim Norton, and I'm going to stick with Jim Norton.
I like the way you put a D somehow in the middle of his name.
Jim Norton.
Comedy album of the year. Not just because Vito's in his name, but Anthony DeVito, Dream Occupation.
Oh, nice.
Comedy series of 2017, Dear White People.
Woke.
Oh, the other one, like, what is it, like Crossing White or something, or
Insecure?
No, the one that the impressionist does, and he's trying to cross.
White people famous or something.
Oh, white famous, right? Not coming back. Cancel.
Really? I thought I was doing well.
I looked at the numbers. The numbers are pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I had seen that. That shocks me.
So why? That's the big question. Because they fucking renew a lot of shit on cable that isn't.
I know that you could stand to get rid of.
Oh, yeah. So why? What don't they like?
I don't know.
Is it an all-black ass?
That's racist.
They like it in basketball. Why wouldn't they like it in...
Good point.
That girl Megan Good from later in the season that comes up is like a famous childhood crush of mine. I'm so sad that it's not coming back.
What show was she on?
She was on White Famous. She was the girl, the pop star.
When you liked her when she was a kid.
Oh, well, when I was a kid, she was like one of the hot teen stars. So she was in she was in the show My Wife and Kids. She was in...
Are these like Disney shows or something?
My Wife and Kids was on ABC, Damon Wayans' family sitcom. She was in the show Cousin Skeeter.
Can I just say this? Please, let's check to see if you're on the spectrum this year.
It's like that we do the show with Cable Guy.
It's true.
He learned the facts of life by watching the facts of life.
Just how detailed you get with shit that we never
no, that was on ABC.
Duh. ABC. That's always in the middle between NBC and CBS. ABC is never on the outside channel.
It's one of the big four guys. Well, now I'm going to vote for late night television host. And
all right, you know what? Let's just say this. We know you're doing Conan, so I'm going to ask you to pick your number 2.
Number 2? Jimmy Kimmel, you're getting my vote, dude.
Wow, I'm surprised that Kimmel. Wow, Kimmel.
Wow. Chris just goes like this. You didn't even try to do the wow at all.
What is that sound?
Hey, I'm going to do my impression of Chris Stanley meeting his in-laws in heaven.
Okay.
And he's toasting. Fuck a cunt, everybody. Fuck a cunt with your dick hole. Let's hope all of our dick holes ends up with cunts.
Dickles didn't come up.
Dickles.
The Dickles.
He just said Dickles. Dickles didn't come up. Say no Dickles.
I just could see him lifting his phone up to his father-in-law. Look at Jen Seltzer's fat ass, my friend.
Check this out. You follow her?
We haven't seen bare ass yet. It's fucking great, right?
Exciting, no?
Jesus Christ. What did you think of the city of Pittsburgh? Were you surprised?
I was surprised. The downtown area was like not very busy, though.
No, there's only banks there. People don't live there.
That's why I figure if it's the downtown area, then that's where everything should be. But then no one was hanging out.
He's like a child. No one was hanging out.
But come on. I know it's cold out, but you guys should be used to this.
Freezing my dickle off.
Dickles right now.
You think we'd see some fucking gash and dickles down there?
Fuck's up with this town, huh?
All right, Chris.
Don't say the F word.
You just started offending me for no reason. I'm going to go down and do Anthony's show. I can't get you in today, but I would like to get you in one day this week, Chris.
Okay.
How long have you been a producer for me?
10 years.
I've known Opie and Anthony. I met 18 years ago in February. For 10 years, he's been with me. They still don't know who he is.
Oh, my God.
Neither one of them.
That's insane. 10 years you've been around. Why is this happening?
I don't know. I feel like I do a good job.
Because you keep a low profile.
That's true. I do.
And they're always like, yeah, there's some dude that was on your show talking. Like, they're always like that. They're like, I heard you and Gail talking to some dude. And I'm like, the dude is Chris Stanley.
I'm a person. I'm not some dude.
Well, they get confused with the Chris Stanley, the Pepper Hicks. And that was something fucking Davy Mack did to you.
I get a lot of nicknames. I think that hurts.
Oh, no, it does hurt. And the time that you spent with Davy Mack hurt you because he's such a big personality.
Yeah,
You know
he
what I
does
mean?
have a big personality.
You came across this. Stop slocking down water. That's another thing.
Parched.
Then you know what? I want you to keep your ice and your water in two different glasses.
No, man. I don't want tepid water.
You can quietly get yourself a piece of ice.
Here's what you do. You take a drink of water, then you suck on a piece of ice, and that's it. But do you think that he could pick you out of a lineup?
I would have said yes, but I believe he got confused between me and Vito during Thanksgiving.
I know.
That happens to everyone.
And also, Vito working here now also hurts me because we look.
You had 10 fucking years to make a mark.
We
The
look
best
somewhat
thing
alike.
is you're both shaved now. I can't believe you're both clean
I don't think
shaved.
he's clean shaved. I think his beard just grows in like that.
I did rock a mustache for a little while over the break.
What? Why wouldn't you keep it?
I'll grow it back in. But here's what it looks like. I look like a fucking creep.
Chris, why wouldn't you keep the
wouldn't you just bring
mustache
it
and
in
have
today?
it for fun? And then
Did
we
you
could have
do it
one
to your
clean
in-laws?
shaven boy, and then we could have one mustache man.
Evil twin.
Dude, that looks fucking fantastic.
Chris, why did you shave that off?
You look like a drug lord.
I'm going to grow it back, and I'll rock it for a little while.
Chris, you're crazy. That
Put that up on social media right now. It's fucking fantastic. The fucking beard makes you look like an idiot.
You
think?
But the straight mustache,
yeah,
and it also makes you look much thinner.
I agree. The beard doesn't work for you, but the stash.
I was told Escobar I look like a little
Yes,
Yeah,
that
it's
drug
cool.
lord. And you also, I mean, it's because, and that's also because you hangdog it. But if you got rid of that, you would be straight fucking eastbound and down. You would be Burt Reynolds himself.
bit. That's going up on the Bennington SXM on Instagram.
Well, let's tie it in with the Twitter somehow.
Course,
That
yeah,
all
it'll be
works.
retweeted by the Twitter, of course.
I don't know. You say of course, but it
It's
never
all tied in.
happens.
It's all
How do
tied
we
in.
know?
People always say that we don't do it. I gotta believe them. I'm kind of mad that you didn't come back with that. That would have made a fucking
I know.
fantastic
We would have
time.
had so much fun with that. And then with Vito's new face and you'd have a new face. It'd really feel like a new year. New year, new you, Chris. Is this a new thing? Why is everyone saying this? Like hashtag New Year, New Me. Did this always exist, or was it just this year?
I never heard it before in my life.
I feel like I've heard it before, but now everyone's saying it. You're right.
Like every social media platform on December 31st and January 1st was hashtag New Year, New Me.
I had no idea.
And I don't remember this being a thing.
Jen Selter had it on her ass on that in that video. It said New Year, New Me.
You're kidding me.
No. I mean, it's hard to...
Written on her ass?
Yeah. It's hard to see with the ass there, but there was a hashtag.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Hashtag New Year, New Me.
That's not written on her ass.
It's also not a hashtag. That's just a caption.
Oh, Jesus Christ. The fucking thing is a hashtag.
No, a hashtag specifically has a hashtag.
Chris, when you're wrong, like you were with that fucking Cockney news, the Cockney weather. So I wrote to Allie and said, could I bring Chris Stanley in? Because I wanted to do this bet right here.
Yeah.
And she said, we're totally booked this week. But if you would like to have him sit in the green room, he can. Now, in 10 fucking years, you can't make it out of the green room.
That's not good. I got to change something in 2018.
You also have a show that you do, a podcast that you won't cross over with.
That's a high society radio on Gas Digital Network.
Could in 2018, could we get a crossover?
I would love to have a crossover. Also, Paperface would like to stop in. I ran into him on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, of course Paperface needs to come back here.
I'm glad that you brought that up because Don's here today and he's been running down what employees are trying to run side podcasts.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not good for me.
You shouldn't have just plugged it.
Yeah, that was the worst thing I could possibly do.
Chris, is your pick up?
It'll be up in 1 minute.
Good, because I'm going to RT it. Hashtag New Year, New Me.
It's up now.
Chris, I don't know why you wouldn't come to work with this thing.
It was I only had it on for a little while, then I shaved it off. But it'll be back. My beard goes very quickly.
We don't want to see your stupid beard. We want to see your cool mustache. Look how fucking great he looks there.
Look at the Pepe in the background. Oh my God, he's so weird. Look, he's got the Pepe the Frog in the background.
Where are you at there, Chris?
That's my apartment.
Oh my God.
The only thing on his white walls.
Yeah, what? So what? I like a Pepe.
Racist.
It's not racist. It was co-opted by some racists, but I enjoyed that meme well before.
Nobody even saw it before the fucking white supremacists took over. And if you would have watched the 9 a.m. version of the Today Show with Megyn Kelly, she had on a white supremacist who now tries to get people not to be white supremacists.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Reformed white supremacist.
Yeah. You know why?
Why?
He had a beautiful baby that he was holding. He's like, why do I have so much hate in my heart when I got a beautiful baby?
Aw, that's really sweet.
Yeah, and you would be surprised. Most guys that knock up someone, they don't stop being prejudiced. If anything, they try to tell that baby to be prejudiced.
I have some important things to teach you about the world, who to trust.
So Trump is talking about Iran's protesters, but he won't focus on his own in this country. He acts like he never sees them.
Sad.
I think 18 is going to be a crazy fucking year.
Think it's going to be nuts?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be good. Got the midterms.
First of all, it's Peyton Manning's number, and that means our fucking ACL could go out this year. So what is cooler, Vito with no facial hair or Chris with a cool mustache?
I feel like if Chris would have kept the mustache, I'd be giving that vote to him. But by default, just by Vito's commitment, I'm going to give it to Vito. But if Chris was sitting before us with this mustache,
you'd be out of your mind for it.
Yeah.
First of all, let me just say this. It looks fantastic. But the thing that sticks out to me is that he's wearing the same shirt that he is now. And that's a problem.
I'm just confused because I've seen his beard grow, and I've never seen it as thick and full in that spot as the mustache is. Like, usually his mustache doesn't connect to his beard.
There's a reason why he did it in black and white. It was to make the fucking...
Fill it in?
Yeah,
but
it
he
in a little
looks
bit.
great like that. I mean, he looks like Benicio del Toro in Fear and Loathing.
Yeah, he does. He actually is Benicio del Toro.
This is bad country.
Jen, how was your vacay?
It was nice. I just spent time with my mom, my dad.
You didn't do any dating?
No dating.
It's hard to believe, isn't it? I got to be careful how much I ask in a post-Harvey Weinstein world.
You can't even ask if people have dates, you think?
Yeah, no, you can't. There's a new thing, too, that they are bringing down on just bosses that yell.
Really?
And I'm like, I never had a boss who didn't yell.
Yeah, I've had
every boss
only
I've had.
yelly bosses my whole
and
life.
they say that when a boss yells, it makes you feel bad at work.
I thought that's why they yelled at us.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've had some really yelly bosses. I've had some bosses where it's like in their office throwing stuff off the desk, screaming, kind of like
even when I
just
was a
raging
kid,
in there, and everyone would be like, shit, we were fucked up, man.
I know.
We all fucked up.
I had a woman boss when I was like a kid at this fucking place, and when she walked in, the entire staff pissed themselves. A woman. That's what a screamer she was.
Yeah.
Be like, what the fuck, dude? I gotta do everything around here. You fucking idiots. And everybody would be like, yeah, I know. I'm gonna do better. You know, like everybody would. And I'm like, oh man, she's a good boss.
It's just so good.
I know.
It's how loud the volume of her voice
Because I was
is.
like, look at how all these fucking males are quivering in front of her.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't even make enough money to take shit from her. And I am. I really miss, like, when you were younger, you could just say, fuck this shit. I'll go across the street and work. You know? That was that's the only freedom you have.
Yeah.
When you're so underpaid. If someone says, oh, you got to work Saturday, you're like, fuck you.
Yeah.
And fuck this place.
They kind of underpaid where you just don't show up, and that's how you quit. Like, I think my absence speaks for me.
And yet you do come back to get that last check.
Oh, sure.
Like a check with like 20-some bucks on it.
You don't give
You're
a
like,
fuck. You need that money.
I need the check, though.
You need that $28.50. It's already spent. Now, Dave Chappelle put out a special where he was, I was going to say defending Louis C.K., but he was more saying that one of the so-called victims was
Interesting.
wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you read it at all?
No, I didn't read it, but I did hear, which doesn't sound like it's out of his wheelhouse. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, that's something I would expect him to do. But, like, that's not even something Louis C.K. said. So it's like...
Yeah, but, you know, you look, Matt Damon took shit by saying, hey, what Louis did is not the same as Harvey Weinstein. There's levels. And people fucking said, oh, we're not going to go to any of his... You know, they got pissed off.
Right.
Chappelle, they all take a step back. And he actually said bitch when talking about the woman.
God.
So I think he... Now, I only read it. I haven't seen it yet. But he was like, bitch, you don't know how to hang up a phone? And then he also said you so brittle. How are you going to make it in show business? If you say something stops you from doing comedy. Anything at all.
Yeah, following your dream, I think, was the words he used.
Yeah.
No.
And then he goes, I had to walk away from $50 million. Remember that? And they said my career was over. I'm still doing this. It's interesting.
Yeah, they said he's smoking crack. When it first happened, they're like, yeah, Dave Chappelle goes crazy. He's smoking crack somewhere in Africa.
I remember that everyone said that he went to Africa.
Yeah.
And then someone else saw him coming out of the Brooklyn Diner on 57th. They said he was just fucking talking to people.
Yeah.
I'm like, I thought he was in Africa. And they go, where'd you hear that? I go, the Daily Mail. And they're like, those
makes sense.
assholes who say that every fucking flurry is a blizzard. So I'm going to ask you, Vito, do you stand with Dave Chappelle?
I don't know. It was a weird, because I watched the special too, and it was like weird to say like, you guys could never make it if you're this weak about what happened to you. But I think at the end of the day, Dave Chappelle's just Dave Chappelle, and he's going to do whatever he wants. And he's not going to apologize for it, and he's going to keep making the same jokes he makes.
But let's say, take the joke out whether it was funny, because it does seem kind of funny. Like, don't you know how to hang up?
Yeah, that's a funny joke.
Yeah,
I'll give you that. I disagree
it's-
with what he's saying, but I think that's a funny joke.
But do you know the amount of people who stand between you and your dream, no matter what your fucking dream is? It's everybody.
Yeah, but we don't want to say why add sexual harassment to your amount of things that you have to leap over?
First of all, I think everybody would agree. But this is the thing that I was saying about Louis. At the time that they said that he did this thing, he had zero fucking power. Once he got the Louis Empire, you never hear anybody saying any of this.
Mm-hmm.
It was all when he was just a regular comic. And those guys have zero stroke. Zero stroke. No, I'm saying that as somebody who is on the Rich Voss and Friends show. Okay?
Sure.
So there, Rich Voss said, here, you could open this. But is that any advancement? No. That's no advancement for anyone.
That's February 9th at 8 p.m. Go to ridgefieldplayhouse.org for tickets. It's at the Ridgefield Playhouse in Ridgefield, Connecticut.
Weird time to plug.
It is a weird time to plug when we're talking about sexual harassment, especially when you just sexually harassed your mother-in-law.
I didn't sexually harass anyone. I just dropped a
Didn't
couple
you
F-bombs.
say you wanted to F her, and that's what you said at the...
No, I never said that.
You don't think that she's pretty enough?
Oh, God.
You find her attractive, though?
I'm very respectful of everyone in that family, other than dropping a couple F-bombs during a dinner.
It was her brothers and sisters?
Only child.
Wow, just like you.
Mm-hmm.
My man just texted me that you look like Tony Clifton. That picture.
Yeah. That's how he acted up there. Coming in for dinner with tomatoes. Got a house that he pays. What kind of food they make?
It was Costa Rican.
What is it?
It was a
map? A map of Costa Rica?
There was a lot of like chicken and rice and shit like that.
They love chicken and rice down there, don't they? Did you see that plane crash in Costa Rica?
I saw that.
It was so fucking sad. That's like the second time that I saw, the third time in like a month that a plane has crashed with a family in it, with a small plane went down. And then I don't know whether you guys saw Trump today, but he said that when he started, he was immediately on top of the commercial airlines. And this year they reported no crashes, no fatalities.
He's going to take credit for no major...
Go look at his fucking Twitter right now. Just read his fucking Twitter. Because I followed his election. I never heard him fucking bring it up once.
This is insane. That is not something you take credit for. I'm happy that it's happened. But
I think it's because of Trump, Gail. I know. I honestly think it is.
That is so funny.
Yeah, he tweeted a lot today.
Oh, yeah, he was really going.
Since taking office, I have been very strict on commercial aviation. Good news. It was just reported that there were 0 deaths in 2017, the best and safest year on record.
That's his doing.
Yeah. Tony Clifton made sure none of the planes went down. Trump, there's a Trump in the road, a bump in the road. No, you said it. What's the next thing Jim Carrey's doing? Is a TV show, right?
On Showtime, I think, right?
I don't know, Vito. You got the clean fucking face.
You're the one who loves TV with a clean baby face.
You're the one who was a fucking 90s kid.
Yeah, he's going to star in a comedy series on Showtime called Kidding.
What about?
The half-hour series is titled Kidding, and Jim Carrey's going to play Jeff, a.k.a. Mr. Pickles.
What?
An icon of children's television who also anchors a multi-million-dollar branding empire. But when his family begins to implode, Jeff finds no fairy tale or fable or puppet will guide him through this crisis.
Oh, no.
Which advances faster than his means to cope. Showtime has ordered a 10-episode first season.
Every comedy has to also be tragedy now.
Directed by Michelle Gondry.
What?
And he's also got him dying up here on Showtime, so he's the king of Showtime now.
All right, I want to go back to this Chappelle thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Netflix cut everything with Louis, right? And Chappelle basically is attacking a victim.
Yeah.
How come Netflix, it got through their thing? Why couldn't they say, oh my God, to take this victim and make it even worse?
Yeah, they had to approve it. They saw the special beforehand.
And that one, the one it's on, isn't even one of the announced specials. He only announced 3, and that was the 4th one that came out.
I can't keep up with all your TV talk, okay?
Stop with the TV facts.
You're like a fucking TV guy shaved. What are you, up at 4 o'clock?
Another TV fact for you over here.
What are you, up 4 o'clock in the morning with Gruden? Watch the fucking tape, going all the way through it, man.
And then in the first special that came out that day, he also attacked transgenders, and that's not getting a lot of talk.
What did he say about them?
He was talking about Caitlyn Jenner posing for the Sports Illustrated swimsuit cover, and he said, the only thing I have to say about that is ew.
He is fucking funny. Chris, the way you're laughing makes you seem like you're not woke.
I don't think I am.
A woke person wouldn't have laughed that much. A little laugh, maybe, but not as long as you did.
I guffawed.
There's still time for you, Chris. I'm fucking too old to be able to wait completely. What's this basketball going on? Was it just...
I think it's a rerun.
Yeah, I don't know why MSG's on right now.
What's the oddest thing that we've ever had up?
And here's an old basketball game.
We're hoping Sam Morrill's show comes back on. I saw Sam Morril doing fucking stand-up at Caroline's. I went over to see David Tell's show, and he had Sam Morril hosting, and then Joe Mackey in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And Sam made and I'm standing on the wall next to fucking Joe. And Joe's just having a nice fucking beer for himself. And Sam made like a small fucking mix-up and had to restart his sentence. And then Mackey's just like this. And he starts, instead of clapping, he's just smacking his hand on his belly.
I love that dude.
That fucking Joe Mackey went on stage and crushed.
He's so funny.
Crushed it.
There's no one in the world like him. He's like such a unique comic.
And then Attell went up and was just like fucking amazing. And then he ends the show by bringing Big J up with him, and they crowd work. So he's announcing Big J, and I just grabbed Jay's fucking elbow and I go, "Don't slow this down."
Just terror.
You could say it. Because fucking Attell is just so fucking crazy next level. Hey, why don't we take a break here, okay? Take a break. What even got us into that?
The Chris looked like Tony Clifton.
Oh. That's right. You did. You look like 1977 Tony Clifton.
It's a good look.
Not Tony Clifton. Not. All right.
Holy shit. Yep.
Send that in. I want that side by side. Is Chris Stanley, Tony Clifton. We've never seen them apart. We'll be right back, Bennington. It's the Bennington Show back, starting off a big 2018. Aren't we all excited about it? You can get tickets to see Rich Voss and friends. That's Rich Voss, Jim Florentine, and myself at the Ridgefield Playhouse.org. It's going to be a lot of fun. So go to the Ridgefield Playhouse.org to see. I'm also going to do something where I present Dan Perlman, because it's like the young things, and then they have somebody present them.
Yes, that's going to be at Caroline's Tuesday, January 30th at 7:30. It's the Caroline's Breakout Series, and you will be setting up good old Dan Perlman.
He's breaking out. and I'm going to tell the world about him. I'll be like, look at Dan. He's a nice person. He has a lovely roommate. For what I understand,
True.
He doesn't even show up there most of the time. She has the walk of the place.
That's the best kind of roommate there is.
But I guess he's not allowed to tell his mom, I'm living with my girlfriend. I don't know. Or he doesn't trust that it's going to work. Pete Lee on the 11th of January, which is what, next week?
That's next Thursday.
He's doing the Tonight Show, and then he comes to the stand, and then we watch him on TV.
Oh, great.
I've seen his set. It's fucking hilarious. So if you want to come to the stand that night, come upstairs with us and sit and laugh. And
oh, that sounds like fun.
Here's what I do. I watch Pete Lee watching himself. Now, last time it was him and his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
No mo.
Really?
Wow.
Single?
I got a dish for y'all. Pete Lee is single.
Wow.
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 Oh.
Chris,
Do that on
weird.
purpose, man.
What is that sound?
Your relationship is lasting longer than Pete Lee's.
Wow. Did not see that.
Wow.
Did not see that happening.
So if you guys want to go to that, you're also invited.
I am going to go to that for sure.
Because Pete loves when people come and see him on the Tonight Show.
Well, he crushed it the last time.
I'm telling you right now, and I'm not speaking out of school by saying this, because Pete agrees, his set is stronger this time than last time.
That's awesome.
When he got the fucking standing roration. Now, here's a quick story. I know Chris wants to get into some UFO stuff, but I wanted to bring this up to see how everybody feels about it. Disneyland, all right, at their Disney hotels, they say they will no longer have the do not disturb. They will just say, it will say occupied, but they're leaving open, we may disturb you.
I look, this is not something that needed work or changing. That's a good system that we have. Do not disturb is a perfect system. Do you want someone to knock on your door and give you stuff? Yes or no. That's all it means.
But here's the deal, because I have worked in the hotel industry, and when I'm talking about the industry, I mean the business itself. A lot of fucking people will just put on the do not disturb and leave it for 4 or 5 days. And people are like, what is there, a fucking dead body in there? With all fucking coked up? We've got to go in.
Let us into that room.
There are people that'll stay a week at a hotel and not want to see the fucking maid. And that's, that's an expensive room. And they don't know if somebody's stank ass in there.
Right.
You're like, hey, I got to get in and clean up. This is my house, you're basically saying.
We own this place.
Yeah.
I will do a do not disturbed where I don't have someone come in only if it's like a one night stay.
I do the thing is, if it's a true do not disturb, you can always put the fucking latch on the inside, then they can't get in anyway. Right?
Right.
But here's the deal. A lot of people put the do not disturb on and then leave. Here's my beef. Okay? Gather around, everybody.
Okay.
This is part of Bennington's Beefs. It's going to be a new thing we're doing in 2018.
Delicious.
Yeah, it is. It
Bennington's
tastes good and you learn something. My fucking favorite thing in the world is I'm staying at a hotel. I leave, I go down for breakfast, I go out for the day. I come back, and it's a spotless room again.
Mm-hmm.
Magic. It feels great. But if I get back and they haven't gotten to the room, I literally feel physically sick. I will fucking go, I can't be in this fucking rat nest another minute.
I know, it is kind of a weird feeling, and I'm not someone who makes my bed every day. So it's not like like I do this for myself
I
at
can
home.
have a towel down and not feel like a nut, you know what I mean? I don't need a sparkling bathroom all the time at home, but I do on the road. And I feel really disappointed. And I don't want the person to come back. Now, here's one for you. Let's suppose you're staying in a hotel for a week. Maid comes. Do you feel the need to leave or are you okay staying where they clean up? Because you can tell the maid hates it. You sit in there.
I never. If for some reason the maid comes, I want the room done, and I would just leave. There's no way that I would sit in the room and make a maid clean around me.
Vito,
I can't sit there while I do it. While they clean.
Chris,
I don't mind it. I know they don't like it, but I could, if I have to be in the room, I'm gonna stay in the room, let them clean around me. I'm not gonna be in their way. I'll get out if they're cleaning one part of the room. I'll go to the other side of the room, and vice versa.
But it's such a small space.
And what are you doing?
I don't know. It could be on a computer or something.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to be a
phone.
maid while you're sitting on the corner of your computer.
Well, I'm not bothering them.
Let's suppose it's a fucking Saturday and the ball game's on. You're fucking watching one of the playoff games for fucking college football.
Then I say, put that do not disturb on during that time. Like then there should be no cleaning then.
I just don't want clean towels. I'd like to have my room straightened out.
What that bed made? Yeah, I don't mind.
What are they doing that I can't be there? What the fuck are they doing? Rubbing their ass on this?
Sometimes.
Going through my things?
Yeah. Going
Checking
through
the
my
safe.
personals? My personals and my personals.
I'll leave the do not disturb thing on for like 4 days. Like every festival we went to, I've left the do not disturb sign on the whole time.
Ew, can you imagine your
What are you doing?
gross
Using old
bro
towels?
festival?
No, I get new towels and I ask for new towels, but it's just because like we have stuff with us too.
Guess
and
what?
I know
You're not going back to the next
No,
festival.
come
I can't
on.
live like that. I can't live knowing I got a filthy girl in my hand.
What if I do it
You're a dirty girl, aren't you?
halfway through? I'll let one do not disturb go. So one cleaning session I'll allow.
In like 5 days, you'll get like one cleaning sesh?
Well, I mean, I'm not in the room that much. I'm just sleeping there. I don't like to spend my time in my room.
By the way, I've got MSNBC up, and they bring up about the cop shooting that guy over the false 911 call.
Oh, God.
Hold on, Chris. They're not. If you look, you can see they're not using the word swatting. I was setting up a whole thing to say it correctly, and you yell out swatting. So this guy is. Oh God, he looks like a creep.
God.
He's up for second-degree murder or for calling in a thing that a cop shot an unarmed man. Now, I don't know whether you've ever seen Miller's Crossing, but there's a fucking great scene where a guy comes out with his hands up and a cop just shoots him.
Yeah.
And then all the cops start laughing over it. When you watch this thing, you're like, there was no way you need to shoot that
I
dude.
read the articles, did everything, but I wouldn't watch the video because
I
it's
watched
like
the video.
it seemed too sickening to watch.
I put on the theme to Miller's Crossing. It was really... It's like a fun stepping back into the late 80s.
So the circumstance is these two people are fighting, playing a video game.
Yeah, here's what. You and Vito are playing a video game online. And you're talking to each other. You're like, hey, motherfucker.
You stink at this game.
You're gay. Blah, blah,
You're
blah.
a cuck.
So one of them says that he's going to swat the other one. All right.
Okay.
So Vito says that he's going to swat you.
What?
And then you
gonna
give
swat
out
you.
my address.
Oh, just to throw him off the
To throw
set.
him
Just
off.
like, oh.
He fucking calls it in. The cops show up. This guy didn't even know. There's cops outside. He's like, what the fuck is going on? And a cop shoots him.
Oh my God. So this guy who got shot wasn't even involved with the game at all.
Nothing.
So awful.
No thing. He wasn't even fucking aware of a thing. There's just cops outside of his house. He goes to take a look like, hey, what's going on at the neighbors? Pop. One shot drops him.
That's so sickening.
It's a fucking scary Black Mirror type story. It's like the Star Trek Black Mirror this year.
Oh, God.
Did you guys see it?
I saw that, yeah. I saw the first two ones.
So did I. What did you like? First or second better?
I liked first better.
I preferred second.
I have not watched it yet, but I'm going to.
You don't
start
seem
it.
like the Black Mirror type.
I am. I'm interested in the Black
You
Mirror.
seem like White Mirror would be the only
What?
show for you. It's a show for
I'm
girls.
woke.
It's for girls who like cotillions. Man, Iran, Pakistan, North Korea tensions. We just can't fucking get a nice, peaceful 2018 started. All got to be fucking trouble around the world.
I feel like we should at least just stay chill for the first month of 2018. Just let's nobody make any big
Ignore.
decisions. Let's not go crazy.
That's the kind of president I'd be. I ignore everybody. Because we have a lot of shitty fucking neighbors on this planet.
What would be your stance on plane safety?
Lane safety, I'd win 100%. I'd come in, I go, do not crash. Do not have one single fatality. But isn't that funny that people still worry about planes, right?
Yep.
Not one fatality last year on a corporate, big plane.
Right.
No, you can't say that about any other kind of transportation. Think about how many people got killed walking last year.
Or even like the train accidents that we had, and like that, I always feel safe on a train.
I always feel safe.
Always feel safe. I never like sit there and go, "Oh, we're going very fast. Is this dangerous?"
When I'm riding a train, I get on top of it like I'm in India. Now, I don't know what they do with the tunnels there in India, but it seems like not a good idea.
I think they account for the people that are going to be on there. I think they factor it in.
They account for it.
Yeah.
For the height of it?
For the height of extra people on top of the trains.
Those people aren't paying to be up there.
I think they're aware that everyone's still just jumping on trains in India.
So they
why would they have to be aware? Nobody else has to be aware and take that into
like when
account.
The tunnels, they went like this. Well, we know people are going to be jumping on the top of these things. Do we?
Your fucking Daily Mail shit. It's so
That's probably where you read that.
I'm saying if I was the Indian government, I'd make those tunnels bigger because I know people aren't going to be paying.
All right, and then I'm going to give you one more story that's out there and see, and then I'm going to let you get to your UFO thing, Chris.
Okay.
He's my UFO guy.
Yeah, he
you know
is.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I wanted it to be Gail.
I know.
She doesn't know enough about it.
Chris is always like, the truth is out there. And I'm like, is it?
Yeah.
It is.
That's why I don't get the title.
He doesn't, yeah. So he knows all about it. But I don't know. You guys are aware that there's YouTube stars, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So this YouTube star, he goes to this, it's some fucking forest where weird shit goes down.
In Japan?
In Japan.
The suicide forest.
He was in the suicide forest, right? He said he was there to see haunt it and do a funny joke about it. Is this it, Chris? All right. So, yeah, go ahead and hit play. What are you doing, Chris?
This is.
So, what happened is this idiot, he's wearing like a dumb thing on his
Did you
head.
just find a dead person in the suicide forest hanging? Yes, seriously, you think that's real?
He found a dead person.
One of my classmates in the junior high school, he really killed himself. He was only 21.
No.
It's true. He was Logan.
How long ago do you think he did that? Like,
Yo,
what if
this is
he's, like,
crazy.
still got Yo, are you alive? You going with us? So, okay, a lot of things going through my mind. This is the first for me. This literally probably just happened. Yes, Sushi, you call the police? This is bad. Dude, his hands are purple. He did this morning.
This is like this morning.
Oh no, I'm so sorry about this, Logan. This was supposed to be a fun vlog. Suicide is not a joke. Depression and mental illnesses are not a joke.
In no way.
We came here with an intent to focus on the haunted aspect of the forest. This just became very real, and obviously a lot of people are going through a lot of shit in their lives. And
we just want you guys to know that if you're going through anything, like, we're here for you. I don't feel very good.
yeah, I don't feel good. Well, you never stand next to a dead guy?
No.
I just
God damn it.
Crazy,
Like,
bro.
we joke about seeing things in here and like.
It was gonna be a joke.
Yeah.
This was all gonna be a joke. Why did it become so real? So this is the thing. There's a thing that is now in our lives. We just experienced. What the f is going on?
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
This is the most real vlog I've ever made. 400 plus vlogs, and I've never had a more real moment than this.
So,
These dudes.
these guys are all dumb.
Yeah, these are just dumb kids. The music that they put underneath, like, seriously, guys, like, mental illness, not a joke. Suicide's not a joke. If you feel like you want to commit suicide, we're here for you. Just so you know, this just got real.
The homelessness problem in Cleveland is not anything to. What's that movie? The Great White Hype.
Yeah.
So he's just constantly talking over his head.
That's it.
So they rained shit down on this kid. He had to put
For
in a
posting it,
for
that
posting
body.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because apparently little kids go to his.
He's very popular with like children. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Him and his brother are ridiculously popular. They say he's worth like $14 million.
Why do you have that hat on when he was going to suicide?
They had a
forest?
Disney Channel show at some point too.
Oh.
Oh my God! The facts come in about the TV show.
The TV scribe over there.
Oh my God!
Pertinent information.
He can't even stop himself. We're talking about suicide, dude.
And that hat on his head is a Disney hat. It's one of the three-eyed aliens from Toy Story.
Oh, is it?
Now, why is he wearing that goofy shit?
Because he got paid to. Disney flops a couple extra fucking bucks his way. If he gets the kids to fucking put on a dumb hat at home, it's all well worth it.
Gets a piece.
And that girl's like, seriously, this is crazy. Like, this just really happened.
Oh, why? Ruin my vlog.
You guys, this was seriously supposed to be a happy vlog.
Sir, are you fucking with us? Or are you really dead?
He's saying that to a dead body.
Why do they have a suicide forest over there?
I'm not really sure why it became the suicide forest. Like that, it's just.
It's like at the foot of Mount Fuji, and it just became a place for people. I don't know why that's the place, but that's
like people jump off the Golden Gate Bridge.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
but
they
like,
go to the forest to either stab themselves or poison.
Yeah, do the
Harry
Carey, yeah. Or I guess in this guy's case, hang himself. It is weird that the tour guide knew the guy.
No, he said
He didn't
somebody in his high school did it.
Oh, okay. I thought
yeah. He's like, I know that dude.
Look, Chris is another guy who gets a mic, but he's too dumb to know what to do with it.
He's like, the Daily Mail said he knew the guy.
I'm reading getting a lot of information from Daily Mail here.
Chris, that's not what
I'm on a Daily Mail app right here. Oh, shit. Guys, I don't know how to say this, but looks like there's a dead dude here that does have to be dealt with.
The other thing that I love is like the shot is on him, but then more and more of his friends just like try to get in, like while the sad music was playing, like just like, yeah, man, it is serious.
They duck face next to him.
It's fucked up.
Fucked up, man. That fucking Chinese dude went to school with him.
I mean, let's all agree this shit's cray, right? I mean, we did not think we were going to have a cray vlog right now, but shit got real cray just now.
Hashtag sad emoji face. For any youngsters out there, man, this is why I tell you, don't buy rope. Rope is dope. All right? Now, my alien fucking hat is sad. I know what this dude's going through because one time at school, a girl that I really liked said, "What are you glaring at, Bucktooth Johnny?" So me and my friends just went to the beach, caught some gnarly waves, and I did not kill myself, but I was close to cutting. Okay? I was going to purge and cut. And that almost happened to a friend of mine's cousin. I hate when anyone tries to steal empathy from you when they're like, when you're like, how you doing? You're like, really rough day. My neighbor's mother-in-law's cousin died today. So I'm trying to fucking deal with that. Did you ever meet him? No. That's the saddest part of all.
I just feel like we could have been close.
From what I understand, really good people. So spread it around. Don't fuck with me today. So I didn't know that guy. So his name is Logan Paul. And this is how weird the internet is. Aaron Paul, the fucking actor, was just fucking went apeshit on him, yelling at him on Twitter. And
because he saw the Paul name?
I don't know why, or maybe Aaron Paul has a kid or a nephew that goes to the blog who just thought that he was being a fucking tasteless hack. But I'm just
So
like,
silly.
no matter what happens, there's always, if you're a celebrity, there's another celebrity to yell at you for what your opinion is.
Okay, this is what he said. How dare you? You disgust me. I can't believe that so many young people look up to you. So sad. Hopefully this latest video woke them up. You are pure trash, plain and simple. Suicide is not a joke. Go rot in hell.
Now, what would you do if Logan Paul killed himself because of this? Like, everybody who's anti-bullying ends up bullying.
Oh, yeah. They just need the proper target.
You just need to bully bullies is really the message we need to say.
Right.
It's okay to bully bullies.
But then is it okay to nerd nerds?
Yes. Just get nerdier than them.
Like, I guarantee you, a lot of those nerds make their little sister's life a living hell. It's just the way the world is.
It's also why I think it's fine to sexually assault sexual assaulters.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Well, don't people always wish that on sexual assaulters? And it's always the same thing. I hope he gets a big black cock up his ass.
Always black.
So not only are you wrong, but you're also racist.
Racist.
I hope specifically it's black.
I hope a big black cock fucks him until he dies. I hope he likes fucking big black AIDS cock, because that's what he's going to get.
But you're right. For some reason, people are very comfortable to say that.
Comfortable as hell that they want people to be raped in prison. And you think, like, a warrant of any fucking warden was like, no, that's the number one thing we're against.
Yeah. And, like, who is this guy that you're just like, look, I'm the resident guy in prison who has to rape the rapist. Look, I'm black. I have the biggest cock here. I think I'll be the one to rape the rapist.
You can tell they just assume that black guys do that all the time. All right. I promised Chris he could get to his UFO story, and goddamn it, I do deliver.
Over our break, the Pentagon released footage and information saying that they had spent $22 million on UFO research over the past 10 years or so.
That's nothing.
I know, it doesn't seem like a lot.
No, it isn't a lot.
But then they also released video of some of their the UFOs they found that they can't explain.
Yeah, but the 22 million didn't lead to that. This was a fighter pilot.
Yeah.
Yes.
You saw this. 22 million over 10 years, that's 2 million.
Yeah.
You can't keep office space and fucking employees for 2 million.
I feel like
too bad.
They should have been giving it more money, but with that money, they were able to at least.
No, that
crazy.
money didn't lead them to this video.
This would exist just in the regular military budget.
So this was like regular military planes, right?
Yeah.
Not the fucking UFO planes that just happen to run across this.
But then
this is why you don't get a chance to do stuff, Daily Mail.
But then they put money into trying to find out more about these strange circumstances.
So this is the video and the audio of the pilots looking at an object they don't know what it is.
Dude, that is a fucking drone, bro.
Is that Chris?
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots to the west. Look at that thing, dude.
It's a weird shape.
Yeah, it looks like a bug.
Holy
You
shit.
know, Bug Planet?
Starship Troopers.
Well, if there's look at that thing. It's rotating.
Whoa. That's so insane.
Yeah.
Now, I saw the one that was like they had the audio of the pilot, and the way he was describing, the thing would just shoot really fast, then hover, then move over here, hover. Then I think he described it was like pretty much like right in line with the plane, but they couldn't see it.
Yeah.
Then dropped super low to the point that they were like, we don't know if it was hovering just above the water or went just below the surface of the water and then shot back up again.
See, there's always been a thought that they would go and hide in the ocean, which would be very easy for them to come out anytime they want it. Look at Vito's face.
More the world
Are
style.
you fucking scared, dude?
Yeah, that just really that fucking hit me hard right there.
Yeah.
Your description of what they just said with the thing like moving like zip zapping and shit.
Mm-hmm, that's what they said.
Look,
That was the quote.
Look, I was against the alien talk before this whole thing came up. I didn't think it was going to be real.
I mean, he likes TV shows. That's his wheelhouse.
Any X-Files facts?
Any Lost in Space that you want to bring up?
But they're coming.
The pain to your boy.
Now, seeing this and hearing this story, does this make you lean more towards the possibility that extraterrestrials have already, like, is it probable or possible at all in your mind that that's what this could have been?
Well, it's always been possible. And if you have to think, if there are anything that's traveling, why wouldn't they have found Earth? There's so many. I mean, we can find out where there's life now with our fucking radio thing. So they would be able to, they'd be able to come over and check it out if they could travel at some, the big problem for exploring the world is speed. Can you go fast enough? The speed of light is not fast enough.
Right.
So to say that, yeah, there's always been a possibility. And this is definitely an unidentified flying object, but that does not make it aliens or a spaceship or anything else.
Right.
It's just something we don't know right now what it is.
Which I guess no matter what you're talking about, it's scary because you're possibly also talking about some sort of military, something that they were like, why do we not know what this is, how this thing moves?
For all we know, it could be flashing light or something, though. You know what I mean? This could be a weather thing that we had never seen before. That, as you're putting out possibilities, I don't think it's anything that the Russians or Chinese.
Yeah.
I mean, because at most, if they had anything, we would at least be close to that technology. It wouldn't be technology that we couldn't understand. I mean, they're not suddenly coming up with a car or a ship that is that much light years ahead of us.
Right.
Now, this is the one that got to me even more than this. And I think this was like right before Christmas in LA. But when I saw this, I'm like, what the fuck? This looks just like a movie. You got to move it along, Chris. Look at that kid.
That is so insane looking.
Give us some sound. Now, these things went immediately online everywhere. LA was freaking the fuck out.
It's not going to be finished for a while. This thing's going to go.
That is so eerie looking. That shape is just like so bizarre.
Go get it. Go get it.
This like weird football shape that's just like massive in the sky with a long like spermy tail.
Or it could be something else. That thing's just stationary behind it.
And what it is Elon Musk was shooting some satellites. At least that's what they're telling us. But if you watched Iron Man, you know that when something like that, I mean, to me, this looks like Iron Man is flying across the fucking sky.
Yeah.
And then the military has to say, because why would Elon Musk be allowed to shoot something over LA?
Yeah, without like letting everyone know. It seems like the kind of thing you should let people
Even if
know.
he did. We got fucking... it's not... The city of LA doesn't have to put up with someone shooting rockets over their heads. They don't even let you shoot fireworks off. There's a motherfucking... You can't smoke a cigarette out there now because they're worried about burning down everything. And now we're going to let Elon Musk launch fucking satellites at night?
And Elon Musk loves like promoting that he's firing off a new rocket or something else.
Yeah.
And he had to explain afterwards that he did this.
Because, the other thing I love about this, too, is, like, the way it spread so crazy on social media. Like, there are people I know who live out there who are, like, posting pictures of it because everyone was just outside being like, what the fuck is this? It was like a movie.
Spielberg movie.
Yeah. I mean, look at how insane that is. It's also just massive, that trail.
It's huge.
You know what Spielberg movie this looks like?
What's that?
The Post.
So what did he say it was? A satellite? A rocket?
He said it was satellites they was shooting in the orbit. That was his explanation. It sounds like bullshit.
But I figure everyone between like thinking that it was...
He shoots his stuff off from the desert.
Yeah, LA's not even the place to shoot it from. You're supposed to go like closer to the equator and shit.
But maybe... I don't know where it is. Really?
That's what I always thought.
Daily Mail tell you that?
Daily Mail didn't tell me that one. Or you're supposed to go more south, I think, because it's closer to the equator.
But what is the significance
I
of...
think it's something to do with gravity.
There's not less gravity closer.
Wait,
That's why I
hold
always
on.
assumed in my head.
Flat earther.
Fuck you. it's
Chris, are
round.
you a flat earther? Seriously.
I didn't want to say this.
He's a fat earther.
So you're saying the equator has less gravity, so you shoot rockets from the
It's on
equator.
your nose. People are floating down there all the time.
I feel like that's why people go to the equator.
What do you mean that's why people go?
I've never heard of anything being launched from the equator.
But you're also acting like it's also a tourist trap. Like everyone goes down to the equator.
Florida
Much
is
later.
nowhere near the equator. That's how we've launched every fucking major rocket.
Well, it's south though. It's closer to the equator than anything else. Closer than this, where this fucking satellite would have been shot from.
Wow, you're nuts, man. You make up shit in your head. Fucking Florida's nowhere near the equator. Your people, those Costa Ricans are down there, but those planes are falling out of the sky.
Yeah, they don't even have a space program.
But Elon Musk does, just one fucking dude.
He wants to send his car to Mars for some reason. Don't know why.
Not a bad idea.
All-terrain vehicle.
Here is Ian. Ian, what's up?
Hey, Ronnie B.
Hey.
So, Chris missed the whole concept of the video. Not surprised. So, Chris had a good story, but the main point of the story is, if you read it, we have captured metal alloys that we don't know what they are, and they're being studied at Bigelow Aerospace in Las Vegas, trying to figure out what they are. So, the whole point is that something was flying around. We don't know what the metal was. We now have it, and we're studying it. So that means that something's out there that we don't know what it is.
Look, I led with the video because that was the more exciting part.
And you said people go.
Why didn't you tell us about that
moved
metal?
on to the LA UFO piece.
Hey Rob, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
Hey, so, all right, so Chris is right. There is less gravity in the equator.
Oh, Daily Mail is right.
But it's not that much.
Helps though,
It's
doesn't
not
it?
by much.
Helps rockets.
And, but as far as the rocket launch in California, people knew about it. It's just probably not as public as maybe the other launches were. But usually for air travel, they have to divert aircraft. So,
Dude, they should have put it on the news. This freaked people the fuck out.
Yeah.
I mean, he's launching so many rockets. I guess that's the idea that they're just like, oh, here comes another one. And I can see how it could scare people. I saw the
Dude,
pictures.
I lived
I'm
in
like,
Florida
that's
when
pretty
they were
gnarly.
bringing rockets in and out. And they would let you know.
Yep.
Because you get a sonic boom when they come back.
Yeah, usually they try to just keep planes away from rockets like that. So it does happen where people will get notified about it, and we just keep planes away from them basically. So
Thanks, man. Peace.
yeah, man.
I saw a lot of people were freaking out too, just being like, North Korea? Like immediately.
Right.
That was the other thing, was not aliens.
Is that going to just fucking explode like a big atomic balloon in front of us?
Thing
It's spooky looking.
is really, really eerie. Why does it leave a trail like that? It's so strange.
Has there been other rocket footage of where it had that weird trail, or even like when as it's going, there's like that light just behind it?
Yeah, it's really strange.
Are you asking or telling? I can't tell by what you're
I'm
saying.
asking because I don't remember seeing anything like that before.
None of us have. Like I said, I lived in fucking Florida and never saw shit like that.
Bullshit
when NASA
cover-up.
was stuff. I know. I think it's fucking Iron Man flying across down to the equator to get himself some fucking R&R. Where did you first hear this equator stuff?
I can't remember. I just always had that in my head. That all right, if they want to.
Well, you didn't invent that thought.
I know I didn't. Maybe from a book or maybe an article of some sort.
You don't know how information comes into your fucking brain. But then you go, I always had this idea in my head. No, you heard it somewhere.
Maybe I probably read it in a book somewhere. Maybe a science fiction book or something.
You read a book?
Can't get your information from a science fiction book where they're trying to give
you scumbag.
Why are you yelling that instead of listening to him? He said you're getting information from fiction.
Well, guess what? Ralph McGettigan called in, and he was like, yeah, there is a little bit less gravity.
That's like being like, I know where these lights come from because I saw Close Encounters, so everybody listen.
Nothing like it, dude.
No, he's fucking really teaching you about how to be a person.
You can teach me about TV, but that's about it.
Ooh. So you do admit he knows more about TV than
He knows more random facts about TV than me.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where you probably got this from a rockumentary. Gary, Tucson.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Cool.
Good. Hope you had a nice holiday.
You know what? It was merry. It was very merry, and then it got happy.
No, good.
And
Good.
today,
No,
nothing.
mine was happy. It wasn't that merry. It was happy. It was okay. So the reason people are freaked out over here in Tucson, I got video of that thing that night, is because nobody ever sees that from here. I mean, everything happens in Florida. You know, all the
I'm
rockets
telling you, I
launch
lived
from
in
Florida.
Florida. You don't see shit like that.
Yeah, it doesn't like take up the sky like that. That's insane
No.
looking.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
It looks like that on
especially the way it started out, like it kind of ejaculated from the sky. you know?
Yeah, it looks like a weird sperm blimp or something.
It's
Yeah,
fucking weird.
But anyway, yeah, I just want to tell you, us rubes out here in the West, we don't see that kind of stuff.
So you saw it all the way in Tucson, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. It was pretty bright. It was big. And
And you guys were just going apeshit crazy?
a lot of people were, yeah. You know, they were posted on Facebook and went crazy. And,
Yeah.
I don't even think we even have Instagram or Twitter out here.
You got it. Stop it. You be fucking nicer to yourself. I can't stand when people are fucking harsh on themselves. Now, I saw this movie about these people who live in West Virginia. It's called, I don't know what it's fucking called, Logan's, what is it?
Logan Lucky.
And I'm like, this is the most offensive shit I've ever seen in my life.
What is it? I don't know that.
So these Hollywood stars are playing some guys that live in West Virginia. And they are like this, like, you better get down there and try to find out the, you know what I mean? Like, it's like they're the fucking stupidest hayseeds ever.
Okay.
And you're like, look, people who live in that part of the country, people who live in the South, they get TV and internet and everything. You know what I mean? This isn't 1940 where somebody would live in West Virginia and they're like hill people. And this is Steven Soderbergh, right? And if I lived, what? I don't even have to live there to go, you're fucking rude. If you did this as a gay movie and just had fucking straight guys playing, I'm watching this movie and I go, this is exactly why people voted for Trump. This is the exact fucking reason people would say, fuck
they
you.
Feel alienated and misunderstood.
Yeah, and here's a brick back at you.
And then Daniel Craig is playing like one of the main guys, and he doesn't even. Everybody else has like a thick Southern accent they're putting on, and then he just does like a weird deep voice, but is obviously trying to be like very hick.
Not any of those people reminded me of anyone I've ever met in the South. Even the fucking best one. And then like these guys were pulling off some like incredible shit, but in the same time, they couldn't pronounce words and
Yeah, so southern people are like that hillbilly kind of making fun of people. That is still one of those things that is like offensive or cruel to a group of people, but we are okay with it. Like for a long time, it was like fat was like that. Even I would say like Asian jokes went way longer as far as like people were comfortable with it until people started going like, hey, that might be offensive for Asian people. And I'm like, really? I think like that's one of the last ones to go. It's like people are still very comfortable to make fun of Southern people and say that
what
they're
you want to
dumb.
do is make fun of a Southern white fat guy.
Yeah.
Old Southern white fat guy. You can have all the fucking funny ones.
I believe the movie was called Ocean 7-Eleven by a lot of people too.
7-Eleven is not even Southern. It's fucking. I'll say this: it's fucking offensive, and I'd say that to fucking Steven Soderbergh if he ever showed his face around. I have no problem at all. Hey, Anna, New Mexico.
Hi.
Hi, babe.
Yeah, we were driving. Our skies are pretty open, and we saw the flash in the sky. We didn't know what it was. My son saw it first, and we saw it all the way to New Mexico. We told my family in California. They didn't believe us, of course, but we saw it. It was it's kind of funny. I thought, oh, it's a midnight sale, and it wasn't a midnight sale.
Wow, that's so weird.
Yeah, it really was weird.
They could take here. I thought it was just over L.A.
Yeah, me too.
And we're getting calls all the way from New Mexico, and they don't warn people that this shit is going down.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's fucking insane in the membrane.
Insane in the brain.
Cypress Hill's going insane. Dudes, I was up at 5 o'clock in the morning watching tape, looking to see what I could do with the Raiders, man. It's going to be a Gruden grinder all the way. This year's the wild card's going to be buck wild, man. Look at this dude. He's 350 pounds and he's rocking and rolling. He's bringing a whole enchilada.
Oh, God.
Elliot.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
What's up?
So, I did look into this rocket thing. There was some academic videos on YouTube about it. Shout out to Scott Manley, one of my favorites. Anyway, so the reason this got crazy like it did was because the launch happened in the evening, and where the launch on the ground was happening, there was no sun. It was nighttime, but as it got higher, the sun was hitting all of the vapor and gases put off by the launch. And the reason it was squiggly at first and then became really homogeneous and consistent was because way up high in the atmosphere, there's a lot less air and a lot less air to move around and cause disturbances. So it maintained its shape for a really long time while reflecting the sunlight.
Do you think this is something Elon Musk didn't even know was going to happen that way? Like he didn't think he'd be freaking everybody out?
Like he did it on purpose as a joke?
I know, I'm thinking just the opposite, that if he thought that was going to happen, he would say, hey, everybody, it's me, Mr. Battery, Elon Musk, okay? Watching the sky tonight is a little fucking thing I'm doing. But I don't think he saw this coming. And again, I lived in Florida for a long time. I never saw shit like this.
It was reminding me of that, the Battle of Los Angeles thing that was like that. Oh, yeah. That what they thought was, they were UFOs, they weren't really sure what it was, and it caused just major panic because it was during World War II and people thought it was the Japanese. What they thought was, they were UFOs, they weren't really sure what it was, and it caused just major panic because it was during World War II and people thought it was the Japanese. And I don't know. I think they said it was a weather balloon or something, but there's still people who are like, yeah, right.
Fuck you.
We know that we're aliens.
And Elliot, let me ask you one thing. Why is there less gravity at the equator?
Yeah, so about that, it's not actually gravity fluctuates all over the Earth. There's actually different sea levels because different parts of the ocean have stronger, weaker gravitational pulls. So the water collects there. But the thing about the equator is there is more angular momentum at the equator compared to, say, at the poles or even in the temperate, the tropics and
Mm-hmm.
So you start off any sort of space launch with a lot more speed than you would if you launched at a pole. If you launched at the poles, you just go straight up, and you have to add all your speed into it. But the equator is already spinning at 1,000 miles per hour.
Chris, why didn't you just say it like that?
I should have.
Yeah.
Well, Elliot, you're going to be our science guy from now on, okay?
Elliot.
You did the same thing the last time I called. I'd be happy to.
It's not like there's a new Elliot that we could jump into.
People forget about Pete's Dragon, but that's okay.
All right, buddy. Talk to you later. Peace.
Have a good one.
I like that, Elliot.
Me too. He's got all the facts and correct
Seems
and
like
explains them.
I don't think he knows even quite enough.
He doesn't.
At least he knows some.
He doesn't just get his information from the Daily Mail and science fiction books.
Piss, you need us to break again? Or?
We need to take a piss break.
All right, we're going to break. We're back. It's 2018 with the Bennington Show. Chris Stanley is catching us up on his entire life and everything he knows about science. If you got any science questions, he's right here for you.
I got you.
We'll be right back. Bennington. Hey, it's Bennington. Boom, but doom. Hey, that kid that we were talking about that found the suicide, the hanging, has put out yet another apology. So apparently, if you're a YouTube star, something like this can really rattle the cage. He's not.
Yeah.
Well, let's just see what he has to say in his apology. What's his name again, Chris?
Logan Paul.
And what normally happens on the show?
On his video, they make a lot of rap songs that he raps with his brother, and then he also does like vlogs where he just like goes about his daily life with his friends in like their mansions in LA.
And for some reason, he went to Japan, and then went to this suicide thing and found a suicide victim. He said that's not what he was looking for. So let's listen to his blonde-headed apology.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I don't expect to be forgiven. I'm simply here to apologize. So what we came across that day in the woods was obviously unplanned, and the reactions you saw on tape were raw, they were unfiltered. None of us knew how to react or how to feel. I should have never posted the video. I should have put the cameras down and stopped recording what we were going through. There's a lot of things I should have done differently, but I didn't. And for that, from the bottom of my heart, I am sorry. I want to apologize to the internet. I want to apologize to anyone who's seen the video. I want to apologize to anyone who has been affected or touched by mental illness or depression or suicide. But most importantly, I want to apologize to the victim and his family. For my fans who are defending my actions, please don't. They do not deserve to be defended. The goal with my content is always to entertain, to push the boundaries, to be all-inclusive. In the world I live in, I share almost everything I do. The intent is never to be heartless, cruel, or malicious. Like I said, I've made a huge mistake. I don't expect to be forgiven. I'm just here to apologize. I'm ashamed of myself. I'm disappointed in myself. And I promise to be better. I will be better. Thank you.
Man, that kid might be as dumb as dirt.
He makes continuous lapse in his judgment. That was my favorite part.
The recent and continuous lapse is, without a doubt.
I would like for him to blink a little bit more.
No, he's crazy boy.
Yeah, he needs a little bit more blinking for me to be comfortable.
Say this: I don't think what he did was so awful. He's heading through the woods. He found a dead body.
Yeah.
He took a picture of it. That's fucking Stand By Me. Yeah, I would say if I sent Vito out in the woods and there was a dead body there, I'd want him to say what's going on in his head. I wouldn't say ignore the dead body.
He did also, you could hear that they immediately contacted authorities.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't playing with it or anything.
And guess what? The victim is the guy who killed himself. You know what I mean? Like, he killed himself. It's not like he came across a murdered corpse. And even that, if you're the New York Times, you're taking a fucking picture of it. Now, I get that this kid isn't the New York Times, but this is what he does. Why are they beating up this kid?
I know that they were definitely going to be upset because they got into a little bit of giggles afterward. I mean, like, at first they were shocked and they didn't know what to do. But, like, that happens to be, I mean, that does happen in surreal circumstances.
Nervous laughter is a thing.
I mean, Chris Stanley has constantly. He can't get through any tragedy without nervously giggling through the whole thing.
I'd be sunk. The YouTube people would hate me.
Yeah, I think what he did was certainly not his fault, but also, what is he not going to post something like that? That's his gig.
That's everything he does, is just living his life and posting about it.
All right, so you're with me on this. Let me see how Mr. TV Guide goes. TV Guide.
TV Guide was here.
What's your feeling on this?
Pro or anti Logan Paul?
I don't think he should have been so giddy and put up the emotional, like it looked like he was trying too hard. I think if he just put up a video that was like, "Oh shit, we just saw a dead body. This is a little crazy. We shouldn't have ran into this situation," that would have been better. But to put like the black and white and dramatic music makes it look like he's making fun of the situation and trying to capitalize off of it.
Yeah, I mean, he's adding some fucking music to his stuff.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
I mean, like, it was touching music.
But it was music that was obviously there to like make it a bit.
Did you just say black and white music?
Oh my God.
Keep it together, Vito.
I don't even know why, but I'm offended by it.
Yes, it's offensive, Gail.
To Gail. You're as dumb as fucking Logan.
You remind me so much of Logan. The nervous laughter, the no blinking, the dude bro friends. You're Logan, man.
You know who you are? You're Logan Paul Hollywood. You're an odd, weird baker. There's no one to forgive me, and neither should they forgive me.
Stop defending my actions.
With that dead body, I know, right? To pull my zipper down and hang brain all over that dude. Depression and anti-depression are two of the worst things happening today. You do not want to body shame a corpse. Okay? Use him as a swing set. You're embarrassing for doing that. You're embarrassing.
I don't want to be embarrassing to you.
I'm the one who said it, and it's not that funny.
I liked it.
You didn't like it as much as you let on. It was impossible to.
I think he legitimately
Vito,
would have
thank
thought
you for being honest and not being a kiss ass like this kiss ass over here.
You're mistaken.
I'm giving the truth. Nothing but.
He's full of shit, Ron.
Look at the plain. Plain is the face on his face.
Not hiding anything anymore.
It is true. That is the face on his face.
I know. He's honesty boy.
With my beard went all my lies.
New year, new Vito.
Great.
I've been saying that. I've been saying New Year, New Vito. I've been saying this is going to be my year. Leaving all the haters back in 2017.
Okay, so now you're bullying haters.
Here's what I believe is going to happen in 2018. Hate is not going to hate. Chris, tell everybody where I'm going to be with Rich Voss and friends.
Ron will be with Rich Voss and friends February 9th at 8 p.m. at the Ridgefield Playhouse in Ridgefield, Connecticut. You go to ridgefieldplayhouse.org for tickets. That's Rich Voss, Jim Florentine, and Ron Bennington. February 9th, 8
Ron
p.m.
who?
Ron Bennington.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch the last name.
How many T's are in there?
That's February 9th.
There's only a T down towards the end, not up and towards the middle.
Bennington.
February. Those now D's in there instead of N's.
February 9th.
Bennington.
Bennington. Get your betting at Bennington.
Ridgefieldplayhouse.org.
I am one of the friends of Rich Voss and friend. The other friend, Jim Florentine.
Mm-hmm.
That's a funny fucking show.
It is a very funny show.
Take it from Bennington.
3 of the best Dictons.
Oh. All right. We have the voting going on. And I'm not going to say what category it is, but one of the voting categories is a tie right now.
Whoa. Could it remain a tie?
Oh, no. No. That would be weird. But it goes to show you how much your vote does count.
This is the tightest it's been. I don't remember a tie in years past.
The tightest it's been.
It's the tightest
in years past.
You're dumb.
Tightest.
Dumber than dirt.
Tightest.
Vito, did you see any movies over the break?
I saw a lot of the movies over the break.
What did you say?
I saw Lady Bird. I loved it.
Oh, did you like it?
I loved Lady Bird.
It's so good.
It was such a good like high school like coming of age. I went to a Jesuit Catholic school.
And by the way, Voss saw this and he didn't like it and said, "How many times have we got to see that movie?" I said, "I feel like you, but if you're a kid, this is the first time you've seen that movie."
Yes,
like the coming of age movie gets told over and over and over again. It's one of those things.
And what changes is you modify the character, and then somebody goes, "I identify with that kid." You know what I mean? So like, you read Holden Caulfield, and if you feel like a Holden Caulfield, then you're going to be like, identify with it. So it's just like, for that specific age group, that time period, a girl, you know
what
gonna
mine was, right?
What's
that?
that?
Was exactly like me. Was Soda Pop Curtis. Pony's brother. Pony's pretty faced brother.
It's beautiful.
Tom Cruise was our friend, too.
How come that Soda Pop and Pony Boy have cool names, and then they just named their other kid Dairy?
Well, Dairy is named after Dairy Farm, is his entire name. What else did you say besides Lady Bird?
Saw 3 Billboards.
Did you like it or hate it?
I love 3 Billboards. The ending, I was like a little disappointed by, but I got it.
Yeah, don't give.
No,
away
I'm not
the
going to
ending.
give away the
Spoiler
ending.
free. Joe List hated that, just so you know. So I'm more agreeing with you, but I'm telling you, Voss hated one, Joe List hated the other. What else you say?
I saw I, Tonya.
What you think?
I thought
I liked it.
I liked it, but I thought it was a little weird that like she was in Wolf of Wall Street, and like there were a lot of like filmmaking techniques in it that I think were super similar to Wolf of Wall Street. But I thought it was cool
I'm
to
gonna
take.
agree with you. They were both shit movies. I thought I, Tonya was terrible.
I thought it was cool taking a character that's been hated for like 30 years or 20 years or whatever by everybody and like being like, this is her side of things. But I
There was
enjoyed
still
it.
no reason not to hate her. Her side of things, we'd always heard that story. All right, was that everything that you saw?
No, I saw Blade Runner finally.
Okay, forget that.
Too old. Already
Did you
seen
like it?
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was visually one of the most like beautiful movies I've ever seen.
Visually, it was nice.
Molly's Game.
How'd you like that? I didn't say it.
I don't think Aaron Sorkin's a great director, but I mean the writing was great.
Keep on writing. is what you're saying.
Idris Elba drops his accent a bunch during it too. So
Why do you laugh at him? He's a person.
I know.
He's allowed to have nice
What
opinions.
was the laugh for? Alan Sorkin's not a good director?
I said keep on writing.
You said that?
No, that was what I was laughing at. Keep on writing, Aaron Sorkin.
What else you got?
Idris Elba, like he has an American accent in the movie, and like he constantly drops his accent. Idris Elba.
Oh, I didn't already saw it.
And I saw Jumanji. Better than I thought it was going to be. Not anything to write home about. I saw Detroit.
Do you usually write home about your movies?
I do. I saw Detroit. That I thought was really good. And finally, I saw Star Wars. And I fucking hated it.
What'd you think? You hated Star
I
Wars?
fucking hated Star Wars.
What about the Porg?
You saw it?
I did see.
Did you like it or hate it?
No, it's not for me.
It
But
was-
it's like there wasn't going to be a circumstance in which I enjoyed it. There was an element to it that I thought was good between two characters. That I thought like they did something interesting. That made up about a 16th of the movie, and the rest of it. You know what I thought it really was? It was very war-y. Like it was the first time that I was like, "Oh, Star Wars, I get it." But it was like it was just too much battles, too many explosions. I don't
That's
give
what
a
I
shit.
think of all of them.
I can't really care
People are-
about that much.
None of the characters even hang around with each other.
Yeah.
I thought those little porg things were worse than Jar Jar. I fucking hated those little things.
It's so unnecessary.
And they would put them into scenes that didn't make sense. Like there's a scene.
Oh yeah, you can feel them selling Porg toys during the movie.
And like at least Jar Jar was like part of a plot in some way, but these little things they just throw into scenes for no reason
and they just like
whatsoever.
have reactions of them being like "Woo!" for no
And
reason.
their excuse for putting them in the movie was that on the island they filmed in, there were these little penguins that made noises noises, and the deal to film on this island was you can't affect the wildlife at all. But like that excuse works for one scene where you show those fucking things, not for like them being on the Millennium Falcon. Like they're chilling on the Millennium Falcon for a comedy scene. It just didn't. They were stupid.
I feel like he spoiled a lot.
Mm-hmm.
No, that was just
spoiled my alerts. Here's what's weird about this, and I haven't seen it, and I normally get around to seeing it when they empty the theaters a little bit.
Right.
I don't want to be there for the cheerers, or I've done that before. It's terrible. But the critics are much kinder than this to this film than the Star Wars fans, to let you know how bad critics are these days.
I think so too. Yeah, the critics are being
bought
a little too kind to the movie,
and not bought with anything big. Just bought with some free tickets and a couple of fucking T-shirts.
People think that critics are being really easy on this because they're afraid now that Disney owns Fox and Disney's even more powerful than ever. They're afraid to take a shot at like.
Well, the critics
one
are
of Disney's
bloggers.
big-
They're not guys that went to fucking journalism school. You know what I mean? Like for years, the guy got assigned a critic's job, but he could have went and worked the city page or politics. It didn't matter.
Right.
But now it's just like, I like movies, so I'm a critic.
Yeah, there was just maybe one element that I thought was interesting, but if you probably strung up the amount of scenes that had to do with this, with these people in it, it probably made up all of like 3-4 minutes, which is pretty shitty. But there was like an interesting concept there that they just like they made so small, which is like that duality of good and evil, and how, you know, it's more connected than you think. You know, that there is no pure good and pure evil. They kind of bleed into one another.
I saw it the night it came out, like the Friday night at midnight, not like the early one. And it was the only time I went to a theater, and like it wasn't cheers, it was people just groaning and yelling out like, what? Like, why? Why would you do that? Like, I don't want to give stuff away, but there's so much comedy in that movie and scenes that don't need like a lighthearted joke.
These are kids' movies, dude. That's what you forget. You're growing up is what you're doing.
Yes.
You're growing up.
But it was just so fucking much. And I don't know. Everybody was acting like this was going to be like a good movie. And then I saw it and I hated it.
Wow.
I'm surprised because it feels like if there was ever any one of us who was going to say, I actually enjoyed it, it would have been Vito. Look at how strong
he liked Jumanji.
Yeah, he.
No, I didn't like it. It was just better than I thought it was going to be.
Better than Star Wars. Is what he's saying.
You wrote home about Jumanji.
I can't believe you walked into Black Jumanji. I'm just shocked that you would do that to yourself on your vacation.
The only reason was I wanted to see something else, but everything was sold out, and Jumanji had a few seats left, so me and my friend went to see that.
That's why I can't stand to go to fucking movies during this vacation. I'm staggering my vacation next year. I'm not getting caught up and being stuck here during this time of year.
I just ordered Movie Pass.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with what we're discussing.
I'm just saying you should get it too. We could go movies.
Why?
Together.
I don't have enough movies I want to go see. Have a Movie Pass. This is the only time of year I go. I'm not going to go see fucking Guardians 3. Unlike you, I saw Phantom Thread. You're fucking wasting your time seeing every piece of shit fucking movie. I went to a theater that's down the street from your house.
Which one? You went to...
What's the difference? I'm fucking telling you.
It's on the west side. The one on the west side.
Okay.
Well, you're saying me and you should each get a path. We have nothing in common.
I wanted to see Phantom Thread, but that one was harder to get tickets to.
It was easy as hell. Easy as hell.
I still got 3 movies to see. I'm seeing Phantom Thread next week when my Movie Pass comes in.
That's not what I'm talking about, dude. I'm saying you and I have nothing in common, all right?
We can be in common.
I got more in common with this fucking equator liar.
He didn't see anything.
Less gravity. I read what happened in the Star Wars movie. Sounded terrible.
Why does he do this?
It drives me nuts.
Because why would I pay $10 to see that shit show?
But then you want
How
much is it now?
What year you going to the movies?
That's the price for Movie Pass.
Stop bringing up the fucking Movie Pass. You're the only one who has one.
Look, let him be
a million
excited.
People have this.
Really?
Who sells it?
It's just through the app Movie Pass.
Any movie.
It's any movie that's standard, like not 3D, not like special theaters or
And
anything.
you get a special price on it?
You pay $10 a month, and you can see a movie every day if you want.
Wait, hold on. You
Yes.
pay $10 a month and you can go to the movies whenever you want.
Yes. So it pays if you see one movie a month. It's good because movies are $15 now, and it works at like AMC, Regal, You know, like I saw a movie downtown. My friend used it. You ever go to that place downtown, Quad Cinema? It's like the first. I'd never been there before. I didn't know it was the first multi-screen theater in New York.
What's the one that they're showing the Paul Thomas Anderson movies at all this week? It's a newer place.
Downtown?
Yeah, it's.
Is it on 23rd? I know there's a nice theater over there that's newer.
I'm gonna get the name of it. I'm gonna try to before the end. Go and vote at the iBag. Today is the last day.
I'm gonna go vote.
And also the Jen Seltzer bare ass picture is there. And then I want to remind people, Friday, November 9th, 8 o'clock, I am one of the friends in Rich Voss and friends at the Ridgefield Playhouse in Ridgefield, Connecticut. Go to ridgefieldplayhouse.org for tickets. This place is called Metrograph, and they're playing every night is a different Paul Thomas Anderson.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
It'd be fun to see those again in the theater.
I wonder if you could do that for $10.
Yeah. See if we can get that Metrograph.
I'll check
bet
Movie
you
Pass.
can't.
I'll check it right after the show and see if my Movie Pass
You
works
better
there.
check it before I wreck it. Chris, we got anything else we need to plug?
No, that's it. Just go to theinterrobang.com, click on Best of 2017 Readers Poll, and you can vote for all the categories.
I think Friday we're going to play that Don Rickles thing that we played over the Christmas break, but we never played it during our show. Chris did this thing. I came in and cut it. It was a fucking pleasure. He pulled that thing off, and then Vito pulled together. I had nothing to bitch about.
Crack producers.
Oh yeah, there was something played from last year, but Vito didn't alert us to that. But other than that, my producers were producing their ass off. So I say bravo, boys. Bravo.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great
2017.
Job. Great job.
Rallied. So passing grades.
All right.
Everybody, there's not going to be any winter school this year.
I think I'll get past this Daily Mail thing, too, as 2018 moves on.
You know what? For
Yes.
$10 a month, you can see any Daily Mail fucking video.
Sign me up.
You know, like the same thing that he's talking about for $10, because you'd have to get the New York Times fucking app. You know what I mean? Like $10 a month to go into a video. But I have a feeling that you can't see the first run movies like that.
No, you can. I'll show you the app after.
Well, I got stuff to do. I'll see it, but just not today. All right, that's it for us. Go to the iBang. Make sure you vote. By the way, all these things he's at this place, 35 millimeter, too.
Oh, cool.
Gorgeous.
Very nice.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
All right, that's it for us. It is 2018, but we're going to see you all again in 1974.
Ladies and gentlemen, the evening is over. We hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see you all again in 1974. Good evening!